Joe, Dylan, Steve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chomp Chain with a Chomp Chain podcast. Chomp Chain with a Chomp Chain podcast. Chomp Chain with a Chomp Chain podcast. Chomp Chain with a Chomp Chain podcast.
We're good?
Yep.
So you might die? I want to know about this now.
Yeah.
It's like a cold open before we get to the opening credits.
Yeah, we gotta get depressing. We usually start off depressing, don't we?
I don't know.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with most things
Somewhat.
I do.
Do we ever get out of that depressive rut?
You're right. I did spell his name wrong. Anyway, this is episode 15 of the Chomp Chain podcast. And I might die. This might be the final episode for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are going to have to three-man this from now on.
Why might you die?
So before I ate dinner tonight, I was snacking on some chips and salsa. Trader Joe's garlic chipotle salsa, to be exact.
Was it like Trader
Actually,
something?
No.
Right? Some like stereotypical version of Joe?
No, it was
He looked
it was
at
Joe.
the bottle or can of it, and he realized that it said Traitor Joe, not Trader.
Yeah.
T-R-A-I,
More or less.
whatever, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm eating it, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking good. I kept telling myself that the salsa was really good, and I thought that was weird. I was like, why am I convincing myself that this tastes delicious? Maybe it doesn't taste delicious. And then Elena, my fiance, started eating some, and she was like, she took 2 bites, and she was like, she made a face, and I was like, oh, you
Her
don't like
senses
it?
are much more refined.
Yeah, she's a
Right.
woman. They're better than men, honestly.
Pretty much.
From what I've heard.
At most things, I agree.
And she's like, yeah, I don't know if this is good. And she just like threw it out and then looked on or before throwing it out, looked on the the jar and looked for an expiration
Great
date.
throat clear, by the way.
Thank you. We couldn't find one. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So it left me thinking. So I went over and, smelled the jar after she poured it out into the sink. And I kind of convinced myself that it smelled bad. But then I was like, no, it just smells like garlic chipotle. And I really can't tell if it was bad or not. She seems to think it is. And then she kept battling back and forth with it as well. So then I asked Chris and Steve.
To give it
They couldn't get a solution. So I don't know. I think I might have ate bad salsa and my stomach is already hurting me.
That's fatal.
I mean, that's the effect that all salsa has on my body, so
I think it's
I
just
really wouldn't even know the difference.
my mind playing tricks on me, you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure you're going to go to take a shit and then you're just going to turn inside out from the asshole out.
Yeah.
Just like, you're just going to be like inside out boy.
I don't mind that though, as long as it stays, underneath me. If
Just
it
bring
starts coming out my mouth, then
Bring
I'm
it
gonna get a little
You'll be
mad.
fine. Bring it 3DS.
Bring a 3DS to heaven. They probably have the 4DS
Like fucking
there.
Kenny when he brought his like PSP in South Park.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anyway,
Well, I hope you're okay.
I think it'll be all right.
Ah,
No, that was real part 2.
All right, anyway, how we
goody
doing?
two shoes. Huh?
How we doing?
Fine.
Steve, how are you, Steve?
I'm good, Joe. Seems really awkward because Joe had to turn the mic all the way away from him towards me. It's fine. I don't need to talk.
No, we all have our own mics. What are you talking about?
I feel like we're back in the
Yeah.
pink room, Joe.
I know. What is-
Steve, your hat and your shirt match.
Yeah, they do. They're both.
Did you do that on purpose?
They're also both Rooster Teeth products.
That's a Rooster
Fucking
Teeth.
fanboy
Oh,
over
so it's
here.
not just a regular Sriracha shirt? Oh, okay. Cool.
There's all the
Steve
funny
touched
stuff on the
both
back.
his nipples showing us
I
that.
did.
Oh.
Oh, I only have one nipple. That's really rude of you.
Oh.
I lost one in that tragic
Check your nipple
chicken
privilege.
fight accident.
All right, guys. So, what's everybody been playing this week?
I've been playing with. Never
Steve,
mind.
what have
I
you been
won't do
playing
that.
this week?
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to smell Joe's bubblegum breath. Every time he leans in, it's really
Yeah,
quite nice.
chomping on the mic. This is literally Chomp Chain. What is going on this episode?
All right, we'll keep it in the middle, Steve, and I won't touch it anymore.
There's no problem with it. I enjoy smelling the bubblegum on your breath.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, cool. All right, cool.
Why do you think I keep leaning in every time you're talking? I'm just sniffing.
Because oh, yeah. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna.
All right, anyway.
Should we restart this?
No,
No
it's fine.
way. No
fine.
way.
I beat Life is Strange. Episode 5 came out.
How did that go?
Yeah.
It was good.
No spoilers.
There was a few things I probably would have changed, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Episode 4 was the best episode so far.
Do you think you would have enjoyed it more if you didn't have to wait so long to conclude it?
Probably.
Did you come up with like 5 possible conclusions in your head, and then by
I
the
came
time
up
you
with
got
a
the real
couple,
one?
but
Yeah.
it was still good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't have there's only minor things I would change. I wouldn't change anything else really big about it. But episode 4 was just the best one in my opinion. Just the way everything went in it.
The opposite of a Telltale game where episode 4 is always like hot garbage.
Yeah, I don't think anything. Oh, Was episode 4 Wolf Among Us one you can kill Tweedle, whatever?
Don't challenge me on this. I don't remember.
I think it is. I think you're wrong. It might be 3 though. No, it's 3. Because that's when you meet Bloody Mary for the first time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What?
You meet Bloody Mary in episode 3 of Wolf Among Us.
I don't remember.
So yeah, okay.
When you're in the fucking
Life is
alleyway.
strange.
Oh,
Life is strange.
Sorry.
You got the platinum. I saw you get the platinum.
yeah. It was cool when I first got it because like all of the last episode 5 ones were all ultra rare, and I was like, yeah. And now they're just like very rare. I'm like, fuck off. I wanted to be cool and special. And my ultra rare trophies, which don't ever have any of.
Mm.
But yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. Definitely get it. It's only $20. It's well worth it. I'll probably replay it at some point and make a bunch of different changes. Because a lot of stuff I was just like, like in the moment I was like, should I do this? But I was like, I don't know. Like maybe this person's like might be a jerk, but they might not be.
Do you feel like the choices in that game will actually have like big differences in the end? Or
Not in the end.
or
no.
you're-
It's like any game
Like a
where you
Telltale
choose
game.
something.
Any
except for,
adventure
I
game,
think,
really?
any game with choice except for pretty much I think Until Dawn. Your choices don't really matter.
Yeah.
I come to the end of it.
You know, it's really weird in Persona 4. Jess, my girlfriend, was like just got to this point, and I always forget about the one point in the game. That's
Can't you just like end it? If
yeah,
do
you can
something
just
wrong?
end it. Like there's just like certain things happen, and if you choose the wrong dialogue options, you get a bad ending, and it ends right there. It cuts off like 15 hours of the game. And I didn't have that happen, but it does happen to people. And I like when she went through it, I was like, I'm just gonna guide you through this so you don't just like feel stilted.
Accidentally
and-
fuck up.
Yeah, feel like it's so random
And then
because like
destroy your Vita.
yeah, the rest of the game you don't like nothing you really say ever matters. Like you can like raise your intelligence if you answer a question right, or like raise your understanding if you help somebody out with the right dialogue option. But for like, pretty much like everything still happens the same way. So it's a little bizarre that right at like the end at this like critical moment they throw in these like 5 dialogue options.
I think that's how a lot of Japanese like
Yeah,
visual novel kind of games like that are.
right. It's just there's always that thing in JRPGs where at the end of the game, like the third act, suddenly it's like a different game. Like in Final Fantasy VIII, when you think you're fighting one sorceress, and then you think I'm doing that because I talk about it in every episode.
Yeah.
And then you like are suddenly you're in
Unfortunately.
space, and then the very last thing you're just like traveling through time. You're like, what the fuck happened to this game? Ni no Kuni. I was looking at that the other day. The Studio Ghibli / Level 5 JRPG that came out on PS3. It's a wonderful, beautiful game. Anybody listening who hasn't played it, I highly recommend it.
You didn't at first though. I remember you didn't like it at first.
I didn't. Yeah, I thought it was super boring, and like in some ways it is. It's like the battles are like Pokemon almost. You like run around. It's like a Tales of game matched with Pokemon because you collect monsters and you fight them. But the presentation of the game is just so. That's not what I'm here to talk about. The game is called Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch, and spoilers for like 90% of that game. The White Witch just like talks in like outside scenes that the player doesn't see or the character doesn't see. She's just not in the game, and then you're like, okay, I guess I beat the game. I've been trying to like fight this one guy the whole time, and now I took care of it. And then like the very, very end of the game, like the true final boss comes out, and that happens all the time in JRPGs. I think. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. Steve, you might. Does
Kinda,
FF7 have a weird twist
I don't.
where
remember.
Sephiroth isn't really Sephiroth or something like that?
I mean, I think he's not really.
Cloud's not
like,
really Cloud.
Cloud's. God damn it. Yeah, those are both. Aren't they? I mean, Cloud is great. Cloud. He's a clone of. Fucked up clone. Whatever. It's weird.
Yeah, he's like inherited somebody's soul.
Yeah.
You know who's true to themselves? Sid.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to space in this rocket ship,
He
and then he
never
fails, and he's like, I'm just gonna live in this rocket ship
Also,
until I go to space.
Also, Kate Sith, who's just a dude piloting a robot like miles
yeah,
away.
Yeah. Red 13's a cat dog lion thing.
He's supposed to bang Earth.
Yeah. He's supposed to. Fun fact about Final Fantasy VII: when you go to the lab, what is it called? Do you remember?
Shinra.
It's Shinra's lab. Yeah. When you go through, you find Red 13, who's just like anybody who doesn't know for some reason. One of the characters, he's like a lion guy who can talk.
He's a big lion. He's
a big
not
lion.
a guy. He's just like
He's
a
just a
lion.
He's just a
Who's,
lion.
Like
who
it
can
looks
talk.
a little different.
Yeah, and his purpose there is to fucking bang Aerith. Like they're supposed to breed.
Yeah, because think what his race can make more of her race, or the other way around. One of them
ancient,
that they're
right?
trying to like make more of.
Man, those
and that's
games
the
are
only
weird.
way is bestiality.
Not that FF8 was weird. FF7 is definitely weird.
Yeah.
Like FF4 has a weird thing too. Spoilers, and you find out Cecil. Is that his name? Yeah. It's like
The lion?
Yeah, the
The
lion.
lion that got shot by that teeth doctor?
Yeah, by that
By
teeth
that
doctor.
teeth doctor.
Yeah, that's why he was hunting lions. He was
But you
wanted
just
all the
like
teeth.
yeah. But you just find out fucking Cecil. I guess that's his name. He's
I thought it was pronounced Cecil, personally.
It is. I don't remember.
There's, I think Cecil is the American way to pronounce it, and Cecil is the.
I remember.
British
I
way.
played the
okay.
I played Final Fantasy IV, like the old version of it on GBA.
Why are you looking at me? I haven't played it.
Well, you were around. You were my friend when I played it. I mean, you guys all were.
Was I?
Wow.
But I read it one way, and then when I played the 3DS or just the DS version of it, and there's voice acting, they say it a different way. So now I don't remember which is correct and which isn't. Anyway, you find out like at the end of the game, like he's from the moon, like just like his race of people comes in.
They just throw that in there.
They're always just throwing shit at you and
like, oh wait, by the way,
yeah,
he has 3 thumbs.
by the way, that giant whale in the sky is your dad.
That's how I feel.
That's
every day.
real. That's a real thing.
You're talking about Final Fantasy X?
Yeah.
I was gonna like rebut that and say something more ridiculous, but I can't even think of something more ridiculous.
Yeah. You nailed it. That one.
Which game is that? Which one?
4, right?
Final Fantasy X is the one where the
10.
giant whale's your dad.
Yeah.
Don't you go to the moon in one of them?
4.
4, yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
go
just
into
covered
space
that,
in
Dylan.
8, though.
I, know, I believe you go to the moon on a whale that you.
Yeah,
It's
I knew
also
there
an
was-
airship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Kingston
You go to the moon in
did
8
that.
too, don't you?
You go to.
Where's the place? Where's that
was
like
the
facility?
lunatic Pandora, the thing in Final Fantasy VIII that like this giant like obelisk appears in the desert.
Yeah, but
and like summons all the
you go to
monsters that have been
base,
living on the
don't you?
moon.
Isn't it the moon base or is it not the moon base?
You're just in a space station.
Maybe that's what I'm
I
thinking
don't
of.
remember.
I
You
know
go
there's-
you go to space for some fucking stupid reason.
Yeah, you're in space, but I thought there was like you went to the moon because that's where it was starting, and then you went back to Earth, and you get fucking drift off, and you find the Ragnarok, and you're like, the ship's
And there's
awesome, but these
tons of
fucking
aliens on it.
Suck.
Yeah, yeah.
They were the worst.
You have to kill them in pairs.
Yeah, 'cause they were
This
like
this is
colored.
so rambling.
It is.
What is going on?
I like it though. It's getting me kind of interested in this series.
Yeah,
All right,
I
but,
always
like,
forget about. I was
play
just
them all.
saying it to
PC.
Steve earlier. There's one part in.
They're not all on PC actually. Check.
Well, 7 is, and that's only one you need to care about, and 8 is too if you want to.
Since
You know,
I've been
have Chris jump down your throat and tell you everything to do
Since
about
I've been talking about 8 so much, I've been just thinking about it a lot more. Like pros.
I already
and,
know the ending though. I'm not gonna play it.
doesn't
now.
matter. Pros and cons of FF8. Like when you go to the fucking, you find a spaceship because for some dumb reason your girlfriend jumps into space and just floating around. I don't know. I don't remember. She gets possessed, I think. But you go to the Ragnarok, you find the airship just floating in space, and it's actually really cool. It's just
It's a
like
spaceship.
it's an abandoned spaceship,
An
and you,
airship.
and you go into it, and it's just been inhabited by aliens. And I think the trick is that you have to kill them. There's like purple ones, blue ones. You have to kill like the purple one and then the other purple one. But if you kill them out of order, then they just respawn, and it's just endless boss battles. I remember getting fucked pretty hard by that.
it. It was not a pleasant part of the game.
No.
Then you get the Ragnarok. Ragnarok's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That's probably my favorite airship, and that's not even because of my
Spaceship.
I mean,
I stand
it
corrected.
does go on the ground.
It just looks like a
on
dragon.
the-
It's
you
sick.
know, it has the fucking arms too.
Anyway, Dylan,
Yeah.
I started talking about aliens.
Uh-huh.
Last episode, you mentioned how you have been followed around by aliens your entire life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What's up with that?
First of all, hey Steve, is that a Brita filter? Water bottle?
Indeed, it is. Chris has
Yeah.
one too.
Do you? I had one too. Do you use your tap water
Mm-hmm.
with that? You do. You're
Yeah.
brave
Why?
because you live in Woburn, Massachusetts.
Find them.
Fucking super cancer, leukemia from the drinking water. There's a John Cusack movie about it. And I've been terrified of my sink since I lived in Woburn.
I don't really. I'm just like, all right.
Never heard of that? The contaminated wells in Woburn in the I think the 50s and 60s, 70s ish.
What's the movie called?
I don't know, but John Cusack's in it, and it's about Wu Town.
And it's not Con Air.
It's not Con Air. No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Because I was thinking about getting a Brita filter, but then I thought
I use
that.
one. I use a like a.
Yeah,
Well,
It's
you
just
have
like-
good drinking water.
But
I
it
was-
just like filters out the taste. Doesn't filter out like
right.
bad
It's,
shit.
it's just charcoal. I don't know. It just
Sorry,
had-
he was just talking
my-
about.
It's on my
me
mind.
dying.
I'm trying to
slowly.
figure out because that's why I have this big gallon of water.
That's
'cause
why
I
he's so
keep-
quiet. He came in here all paranoid about his water.
No, I've been
Kid's got a gallon of water with
I've been paranoid about my water since March.
You have a container of peanuts and a gallon of water.
Yeah, I do. You know why?
Feels ready for Fallout 4.
Because I'm ready. Exactly. There you go, Steve. I am ready. When shit goes down, Joe's gonna be shitting his butt.
Yeah.
Chris is gonna be like nursing his back. Steve will be fine.
Nursing
and then
his
I'll be sitting here.
I do have a gas mask.
I'll be sitting here with my jug of water and my nuts, surviving.
Yeah, you will.
jugs of my nut.
Jugs and nuts. That should be the name of this episode. So when I was a little boy, I was asleep in my room. All right, and this is just like you have those weird. Do you guys have those like memories of childhood that seem almost like dreamlike?
Yeah, you
You
can't
mean-
tell if it was a dream you had or if it
Right.
was actual memory.
Exactly.
I just want to just quick talk. I had a dream where I kept waking up in my dream. Like, you know how when you
I've
wake up in
had
bed
plenty
and
of
fall
those.
asleep?
Oh, Inception. Yeah.
and it
sorry.
fucked me up so
Sorry,
hard.
I always tell dreams my weird, stupid dreams. I had a dream that I like got up and went to the bathroom, and then just in my regular house. It was like morning, and I went downstairs and I came back up, and like went to go back to sleep, and then like rolled over to my girlfriend and was just like, "Oh no, you peed the bed. That's awful." And then I like woke up briefly in real life, and I was like, "Jess, did you pee the bed?" She was like, "No, what?" And then I was just like, "Oh." And then I woke up like later, and I couldn't remember like what had happened, and I was like, I never even got up to go to the bathroom.
Did
I don't
you
even have to go to the bathroom now. Did I pee the bed?
Yeah.
I didn't. Nobody peed the bed, and I didn't even have to pee.
Usually, when you have pee dreams, did we go over this before?
Yeah. I think
Well, I told the story of my pee dream where I actually did pee the sleeping bag at summer camp.
Yeah, that happened on Mike. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I even said back then, when you do have pee dreams, usually that means you got to pee and
I
your
know,
body's
that's so
trying
weird
to
because I
wake you
didn't
up.
even have to.
Yeah, I've almost pissed the bed like that before.
Yeah, I think
Like
you
I've
talked
came
about it.
very
I think you
close.
talked
I
about
did.
it.
Yeah.
We made
Let's not relive it. Go on,
We
Dylan.
almost made Patty
Yeah.
Stardust pee his pants.
Sorry that I just derailed
No.
your topic. Dylan.
I enjoyed the derailing on this podcast.
Yeah, I enjoyed
That's
the
what-
railing on this podcast.
Yeah.
It happens after the podcast.
Ay. Oh! All right, so
Before the pod.
I have one of those weird fuzzy dreamlike memories of being a little kid, and for some reason I was like afraid to go to sleep because I was a little pussy because I was like 6 and the world's terrifying, and
Wait,
I don't know.
were you
What?
afraid of the dark, or were you afraid to go to sleep?
I was just like,
There's a
yeah, no, I
difference
was like,
here.
just like, I didn't want to like be alone in my room at night with the lights off. I've
Oh.
always been like
Okay,
a
you
night
were
owl.
You were a pussy. You're right. Go on.
I was just a huge vag, and so I finally fell asleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and my door was open, and the way that the house I was living in at the time was set up was that there was my bedroom, and then there was the living room directly. Like as soon as you walk out my door, you can see the living room, and there's a window. So if my door is open, I can see straight through into the living room, out the window, and it was a duplex. So out that window was another porch where you could go into the upstairs portion of the house, which was another apartment. And I saw like a very neon green light coming into the window, like very, very like, I don't know. I don't want to call it like unearthly because I don't know. I've never seen anything outside of Earth besides the moon and the sun. But it was weird. It was just like this very off-putting green color. And there was like spooky, weird, creepy Halloween soundtrack type music playing. Yeah, like a weird like organ sound. And
AFI was playing. Go on.
no, it wasn't AFI. If it was AFI, I would have been like, dude, this is sick. But no, it was like, it was weird
But it
dissonant.
was new AFI.
Yeah. Oh. Ugh. Anything after Black Sails in the Sunset? No, thank you. So there was, I don't know. So that's my earliest memory of being like, this is strange. I don't know why I think that has to do with aliens, but green aliens, put them together, fine. So
It's a fact.
I told my mom about it, and she was just like, fucking whatever. You're 6. I take nothing
You're a
you say
pussy.
seriously.
Go do it.
You're a pussy. You need to go watch Apocalypse Now and man up. So
you did.
So years later, my mom told me that she took me one time to some witch shop in Salem, Mass. I don't know, one of those weird like pagan shops where they sell tarot cards and fucking rip people off. I hate psychics. Psychics are the fucking worst, but I'll get on that some other time. So my mom brought me in there, and I was young. I was a baby. It was before the green light AFI incident, and all the women who worked at this like occult shop just like swarmed to me as soon as she brought me in there, and they were all like obsessed with me, and they were like, asking to hold me and look at me, and my mom
Kiss you.
yeah, and my mom was like 27 at the time, so she was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna hand my baby off to these fucking witches, sure. Here you go. And they kept just like looking at my eyes and commenting on how blue my eyes were and
They are
shit.
very blue.
They're quite blue. And they asked my mom my birthday, which is September 1st, 1991. And they were going, oh, 1010, 1010, Star Child. And they kept just saying Star Child. And my mom was like, hey, what's the Star Child? Isn't that like Kiss? Like Paul Stanley? Isn't he the Star Child? And they were just saying, no, it's like it had something to do with like, indigo children or whatever those fucking, I don't know, it's like some weird thing
Indigo
about.
Prophecy?
No, that's a
Where
game.
you're a new soul?
Something like
Every
that.
soul has been reincarnated before, but the Indigo Child is like the first new soul in however long.
Okay.
I've learned that from that video game.
Oh, really? Okay. So that's probably what this is. Like, that's what they were talking about. So there was that. And then, a couple years ago, Joe, you were there for this. We were in my backyard at my old house.
Oh no!
Right?
This sucked.
Right? And
Oh my god!
we're
I'm
just
so scared.
sitting there. We're just hanging out.
It's late. Too.
It's late too. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like probably midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning. All of a sudden, a green light out of fucking nowhere just flashes and then flashes a little to the right of where it was, and then flashes a little to the right of where it was, like 4 times. Just like whoom, 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 as if we just got fucking scanned by aliens, and it was the same hue of green from my AFI childhood incident. So
Oh god.
that bookends my thing, and I'm pretty sure that I've been being followed by aliens my whole life because I am a star child, and they want to gather data about me so that they can clone me, kind of like Big Boss, and then have a whole planet of me's where the Chomp Chain podcast is just 4 me's, and you guys are obsolete.
Or maybe you're half alien.
Maybe.
Confirmed.
I don't know. I met my dad. He's probably not an alien. If he's an alien,
He's really disappointing.
he's a very yeah.
But is he really your dad?
I think so.
What if your dad's an alien?
Have you seen my nose? Have you seen his nose?
No, I
That's-
haven't seen
you
it.
can't. You can't fake
Maybe
that.
that's, but maybe
Confirmed. I'm
what-
shrugging, but
what
confirmed.
if there's just an alien out there that's just a big copy of your nose?
Oh, what? What if my nose is the only part of me that's actually alive, and
Oh
the rest
my
is
God.
just like filler and
What if
some
it's the only
nose
part
around
Oh
that's
there?
my
actually human?
god!
Oh,
Or the part that's
damn.
actually alien.
All right.
You gotta chop that off to be human again.
Time to
This
run some
this
tests.
rabbit hole just got a lot deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, should we segue back to video games? Because I got more
Should
alien
you should
talk.
you stop
Yeah,
yelling off mic?
why not?
Maybe.
Sorry, guys. So, a while back, I got the X-Files Resist or Serve for the PS2. It's like a Silent Hill style, I don't know, game, whatever genre that is, like survival horror, basically. Where you solve puzzles as Scully and you do action as Mulder. So I played like the very first thing. It's fully voiced by like the cast of the show. So it's just Mulder and Scully, David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson riding in their car. They heard about some wacky stuff happening in a town. Mulder makes a joke about, oh, this is like an episode of Buffy. I'm like, all right, guys, fucking dial it back with the fucking references. But it was actually really cool. As Mulder got to this diner and like go inside, there's like a dead guy outside, and I'm like, I need to use a phone. And there's one button pulls out your flashlight. I was psyched about that. One button pulls out your gun. You can have them both out at the same time. One button's for karate chopping, and then one button's for interacting with stuff. So I walk around this diner and try to talk to this lady. She's like, buzz off, David Duchovny.
And you karate chopped.
And I karate chopped her right in the brain. And no, but she doesn't say anything. She's just like, man. And I'm like, all right, well, I need to use a phone. Like, this guy's dying out here. What is going on? So I go into the back room, ask the cook. I'm like, hey, you got a phone? I don't know if anyone who hasn't seen the X-Files, that's what David Duchovny sounds like as Mulder. It's like, hey, the truth is out there. We're gonna find it. I want to believe. Trust no one. All right. So I'm sorry. Why am I doing this? So things, as you might have guessed, they go a little crazy. And
Everyone in the diner is an alien.
everyone in the diner was an alien. No, everyone in the diner is a monster. Suddenly, they just go nuts. And some lady like smashes a jukebox, so I can't get out. And in typical Mulder fashion, anyone who's watched X-Files knows that despite the fact that he's a FBI agent who's constantly like trying to find aliens and running from monsters and just breaking the rules, Mulder's constantly killing people. He's just always shooting his gun at somebody. So that's what I do. I just killed these 2 civilians in this diner. And he's like, oh, Scully, I had to fight. They attacked me. I had no choice. Okay, Mulder, sure. And then I went out back. I'm going through like some alleyways. I still haven't found a damn phone. I'm trying to call for help. And I
How'd
find...
you call Scully then?
Huh?
How'd you talk to Scully then?
He has a 2-way radio.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So I run to a...
Question, Steve.
Yeah, great question. Continuity error almost. So I go to a gas station, and lo and behold, there's more zombies. That's basically what I'm calling these monster people, because they're people who look like they should be dead, but they're not. And I'm actually starting to get like Silent Hill vibes at this point. I went into a bathroom. There's a dead body. I pick an item up off of him, run back out into the gas station, and there's more zombie things attacking me. I'm pulling out my gun, pulling out my flashlight. I'm karate chopping. I'm doing my thing, but I keep getting hit. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And I look down at my feet. It's just a cat. It's a zombie cat, and he's biting at my heels. and I'm finally like, I'm able to discharge enough fucking bullets into this zombie. I don't know. I feel like Mulder would call it discharging. Kill this zombie guy, and then I turn to try and shoot the cat, but it's too late. The cat just fucking kills me. He just chews at my ankles until I die. And I was game over, and I hadn't saved yet, so that was as far as I got to that game. Yeah, so there's X-Files video games out there.
Nice.
Are there others?
There's one on PS1. I'm sure that there's others. I didn't even look into
There's
it.
definitely other ones. There has to be. I would imagine.
But having a dedicated button for pulling out my flashlight and holding it up, that's important.
That's
And
pretty badass.
that's if you know the X-Files, you know they just fucking got their flashlights out, you know?
just a
Yeah.
regular tool.
Yeah. So that was a fun like 25 minutes until I got eaten by a cat.
And then you stop playing.
And I was like, all right, I got other shit to play.
I'm done.
Chris, for our forward audiences, what would you call a flashlight?
A torch.
There you go.
They know. They know.
Huh?
They're called torches.
In-
If you're like in England
what? Oh.
and you have a flashlight, it's a torch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What do you like them on fire over there?
Call things.
They're all fire powered. What a backwards country.
Everything
No,
has
I'm
a
just
different name. Like car parks.
kidding. Yeah, that's weird.
Parking lots or car parks. Cake Day is a weird one too.
What?
Excuse me?
Cake Day is birthday.
That's cool.
What if you don't like cake?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You never age.
Ah, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm like 15
That's a hot take. Why are
Well,
you
no,
15?
that only
Did
doesn't
you
work in America.
because I like stopped eating. That was about when
That's when you cut
people
off cake.
people stopped just like dishing me out cake, and they were like, "Hey, do you want a cake?" And I was like, "No, I don't like. I don't like cake.
I don't like cake.
I don't want it. Give me fucking."
All these years you've just been forcing it on me.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I've
So,
had
yeah.
to eat it.
Cake Day. I mean, at least I appreciate how. I guess birthday is more literal, but Cake Day is more about what happens. I think we should rename Christmas Gift Day. It'll be better for everyone.
Giftmas.
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 Giftmas. You
Yes.
nailed it.
That's perfect, Steve.
That'd be better. Thanksgiving can be called Destroy Indigenous Populations.
Eat a bunch of food till you pass out.
Yep, exactly. Put a bunch of
Shit your
coats.
pants day.
Put a bunch of coats on the bed day.
That's the day after.
Coats on the bed day.
Coats on the
that's
bed
good,
day,
that's
yeah.
good.
Alternatively, you know how they always abbreviate Christmas to Xmas?
Yeah.
Why can't I abbreviate my name?
To X Chris.
Xtifer or Xifer. You know, it's the same root. You know.
So,
Right.
so
Oh
our
my-
names are Joe Tendo,
we did it.
We did it.
Joe
We
Tendo.
did it.
What were you, Steve?
Steam horn.
Steam Horn.
Yep.
I'm Daedric Dillon, and you're Xtifer.
Yeah. We nailed it. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
I can't
I like
believe that
it.
happened.
Podcast over.
Podcast.
The last
over.
episode, you
Podcast
guys.
over.
All right. Follow us on Twitter at Podcast Chomp.
Hey, we should promote Kyle.
We should.
Right
Gangly
now.
Bard on YouTube. One of my good friends, longtime good friend.
Featured in the story last week.
He
about
was,
the ghost.
He started a YouTube gaming channel under the tag Gangly Bard, and he put up his first video. It's his take on Zombies Ain't My Neighbors, just in time for Halloween, which is good.
Even
And
though
it's-
you'll be listening to this in November.
Yeah, but
That's
I mean,
okay.
you're still spooky, right? It's,
Yeah.
it's like a weak hangover.
I'm
of
always
spookiness.
spooky.
You're
so-
still eating candy and all fucked up from sugar and whatnot. So check it out. It's a really good video. It's about 7.5 minutes long, and you will not regret watching it.
It's really funny.
It's really well made too.
Yeah.
He's a talented kid. You should check out his
He's
shit.
very good with video editing.
Yeah.
Something he's been doing for a long time.
Yep.
As long
He has
as I
a
can
great
remember.
sense of humor, and he knows his shit. Yeah, you can find him on Facebook too, but YouTube is where he puts most of his stuff. So check it out.
Gangly, Gangly, right?
Yep,
Bard, like a bard.
correct. And
Like some guy was like, "Hey."
I shared his first video on our Facebook too, so you can get him from our page as well. Either one.
Does he have a Twitter?
I'm not sure.
He
yet.
fucking should.
I think
Kyle,
he has. I think
get
he has
Twitter.
a personal one.
Yeah, he should
Not
make
sure
one.
if he has a one for his account.
Gangly
I don't know yet.
He should have one.
Yeah, he should. It's good stuff.
Check that
Hey,
shit
Dylan,
out.
did you see that they're making this new like downloadable content for fuck? What the fuck is that
Yeah,
game
for
called?
fuck. I did see the new DLC
You don't-
for fuck.
No, like the racing kart fucking
Now it's
ball.
two
Rocket
dicks.
League.
Rocket League. I just had a
Rocket
huge
League.
brain fart. It's the salsa. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're making new DLC for Rocket League.
Yeah, well, I know that they
There was
released
another
a
one that
patch
came out.
recently. Yeah.
There was another DLC pack that just came out with 2 other cars, like 2 old cars from their old game.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. of.
Is it the Mutator patch? Because they're making it's called Mutator, and they're like changing arenas to hockey rinks, and they're changing
No,
the
no,
ball to a
ooh.
puck. Like it's gonna
What?
be
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, they have one called the Moon Ball. I think it changes the physics of it. It's
Ooh,
gonna be
that's
fucking-
dangerous.
yeah. It is dangerous.
They're
But
trying to stay relevant, I think.
I mean, they kind of have no choice. They
Yeah.
have to.
I mean, it's weird that that game is, what, 4 months old?
Yeah.
right? And it's like trying to remain relevant after form. That
I don't think it's trying. I think it still is.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while.
Admittedly, it's still a top 5 seller on Steam. I'll tell you.
Is
that
it?
right
Okay, good. I'm glad that people still play it. I
And
enjoy it.
It's
still,
not free on Steam either. You have to pay $20 for it.
It's not free on PS
No,
Plus
it just
anymore
was
either.
For that
Yeah.
month, whatever.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah,
know
I mean it's not. How much is it? $20?
Yeah, but I think it was free.
It was free with PS Plus.
Yeah, for like that 1 month.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have it for free forever, but
Right, of course.
until we get rid of PS Plus.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen much about it, but I don't know. I'd be interested
Having the
in
DeLorean in it too.
Yeah, I saw that. I'd be interested to see how like other physics would work in the game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Ice
one
would be
thing.
interesting because you'd like slide around.
Right, yeah.
Hopefully.
I honestly just read that it was a moon ball. I know that's the name they gave it. I don't know if it messes with the physics, but I would figure it did.
Last I saw, they were releasing like daytime versions of arenas and nighttime versions of them. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, that game is cool, and the cosmetics are really fun.
They
Like-
are. They're
like-
not anything special, but I mean, they're just cool to look at.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't really care much about cosmetics and like other things, like
Especially in a fucking sports game like
right.
that.
But even in like Phantom Pain, I didn't realize until like mission 15 or whatever that you could change the D-Dog logo. So I turned mine into a bear. And I made it purple, and the words just says "Purple Predator." I'll post a picture of it.
That's fucking
It's
great.
goofy. It's super fucking goofy. But yeah, in Rocket League, it's actually fun. I made my purple's my favorite color, by the way. I made my
It's definitely one of mine too.
I made my car purple for the red team, and I gave him like a yellow stripe going up, and then a wizard's hat, and then a lightning little ding-a-ling-ding-ding thing, whatever that
You're
is
a
called.
boost
Antenna?
trail.
Antenna.
I believe they're called ding-a-ling-a-ling-ding.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-ding-ding-ding things. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I made them like wizard themed, and whenever someone would be really mean to me, I talk about this already. Whenever someone would be really like mean and like troll me, and I'd win, I'd just say "Kazam" in all caps at the end of every game.
you did tell me that.
That was
You
the
told
best.
Me that I think
That was the best gimmick I had.
You put that
going.
on the show before, I think.
Probably.
That's good shit.
Kazam.
Now
No.
they'll know they're
News to
playing
me.
against
It's
you.
one of the best words in the English language, if you ask me.
Kazam?
Kazam. Yeah. Kazam.
What about Alakazam?
Alakazam. Yeah, it's too
It
much.
loses a little bit of its spunk when you add letters.
Right. It's just Kazam. Like the vowel. Every vowel has a meaning,
Yeah.
like a very defined meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Speaking of DLCs, how's the Witcher DLC?
Oh, it's awesome. I was gonna try not to talk about The Witcher.
I was too, but
Me too.
I have some DLC to talk about for another game,
Man,
so it'll be the DLC minute.
I
Go on.
started it. I started it like a week
Minutes.
ago, like a couple days after it first came out. I started it and didn't get very far because it just whatever. I have realized now that the controls are like way more wonky than I thought they were, which is fine. I mean, still getting the hang of it because I've been playing Dark Souls 2, I've been playing Bloodborne, and I've been playing MGS 5. All very different games.
Heavy games.
Yeah, but they're all super, super tight. Like those games, they do what you want them to do for the most part. The Witcher is definitely a lot like jankier and like you're moving around a lot. I'm falling over shit. I'm like, oh, all right. And that's just a matter of getting back into it because I took so much time off. Yeah. But I did a little bit of the story. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well, I see what's happening here.
This was paid DLC, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like $8, I think. But it was when I started. I accepted a quest. And then was like, you know what? I'm not going to fast travel. I'm just going to ride over there because I haven't played the game in a while. I just want to get the feel of things again, get the controls down. And I ran into a tower that, I mean, I really fucking explored that game. Like, I put 200 hours into it, basically. And
Where
I found,
do you find your hours played?
you press, like, R2 on, like, your inventory tab or something like that. One of the tabs in there.
Oh.
You press a button, you get your stats and your time played stats.
'Cause I
in
saw
there.
one that said like it was like time played and it said 1 day but that was like I don't know the second day. I had not played 24 hours
Right.
of it, so it must have been like in game time or something.
Yeah. So I'm riding along and I find this tower and there's like a bunch of harpies there and I realize they're all my level. I'm level 37 or 38 and finding enemies out in the wild that are my level is pretty rare. So I saw these things. They're still a couple levels lower than me, but there was a ton of them. So I was like, all right, cool. So I fought my way through them. And I don't know if the tower was new or if it's just newly populated. But it was still just this little thing, fought all these harpies, and then literally had to climb, like platform my way up this broken tower to the chest at the top, which had some like cool gems in it. And I'm like, all right, this is fun. Got back on Roach, and I'm riding along, and I run into a bandit camp. And I'm pretty sure this is a new addition to with the expansion, like Knights of like the Rose or something like that, the Rose Order. I don't know. They're all called Fallen Knights, and they were fairly difficult strong bandit, like random enemies that I went in all like gung ho thinking they're normal bandits, and suddenly they're my level and they're all in heavy armor, and like they have like tactics that they're using against me, like circling me while one guy stands back and shoots, and it's just I was able to take him down, but like
you just made a motion of a gun.
yeah, a gun. Well, he has a crossbow.
Oh, okay. It's a pistol, you know.
Yeah. So that was it was interesting, and then I killed him, and despite having my super like mastercraft high level bear armor, these random drops from these guys were slightly better than what I had, but I ended up going back to my old stuff because it looks cooler.
That's all that matters. Come on.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've just been exploring the world. I've done a couple quests. I haven't even really dug too deep into it. Just seeing just the new shit that's been added. Like there's new villages and stuff to go along through, and it's just reminding me of all the reasons that I love The Witcher in the first place. I had a battle that lasted almost an hour. It was part of a quest, so I'm not going to get into the details of it, but I went in not knowing I was going in for a huge fight. The cutscene ends, and now there's 15, 20 guys who are all my level surrounding me. And I was just like, oh shit, okay. And I died a couple times, and then realized I'm in a bad save state, so if I just go back to my old save, it's going to be like an hour ago. So I got to get through this fight. I had one potion, and that was it. So I had to get through 15 guys who were all my level, some of them shooting me, some of them, attack, whatever. I had to make my way through them without dying, and it took me quite a while. A lot of dodging, a lot of well-timed magic spells, but eventually I did it, and I was like, fuck yeah. And like you said the other week, Dylan, it was like Dark Souls light. Mm-hmm. Like the whole, yeah. Also, new spider enemies. That's the last thing I want to talk about.
Spider enemies?
Spider enemies. There's lots of like weird, insectoid type enemies, but these were just straight up spiders. And I see one, and I attack it. It tries to shoot me with its web, and it gets me. I'm like, oh shit! And I break out of the web.
Are they huge?
They're huge. Yeah, they're bigger than Geralt.
Really?
Yeah. And then I started realizing that they have tactics too now. Like one will shoot me, and I'll run towards it, and it starts backing away, and then the other ones will come as soon as I start to run after it. The other ones will come behind me, and then either shoot me and catch me in place again with their web, or they'll just like attack me from behind. And so just these random encounters are now becoming like slightly more difficult. It's adding variant to it. So now I have to be on my toes again, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how much content was added to this DLC.
That's awesome.
Even just Geralt says new things in battle.
Only $8 too.
Yeah.
It's $10.
It was 10, but yeah, it was on sale. It was a PS Plus thing.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm way on board with it. I haven't even gotten into too much of the story. From what I hear, it seems like it's fun. But yeah, way on board. And I'm actually excited for the new DLC. I think that comes out next February, I want to say. Who knows what I'll be playing by then, but
Yeah. How long do you think they'll support that game?
ends. I think that's the end of it.
Is
The next big chunk of DLC.
Because they're going to release another one, I would imagine.
which is supposed to be 20 hours long. This one's 10 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it has
That's
like a whole new continent.
Yeah, that's some serious gameplay.
Yeah, I'm just still impressed by. Obviously, like I said, it's a little bit wonkier now that I'm comparing it to Dark Souls and stuff. I'm realizing how loose it is and how it has a lot of flaws, but that has not diminished how much I love The Witcher.
Right.
And there's a reason that I put that much.
It's probably
time into
really
it.
refreshing after playing Dark Souls.
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah. It's a great game. I'm very, very pleased with the DLC.
Kick ass.
Okay, sorry guys.
Well, I was going to talk about Super Mario Maker's getting an update. It's not DLC. It's a free update. But I feel like that kind of opens up the door for DLC, if you ask me. And data miners, like I said previously, or whatever I called them last time.
Code guys.
Found out that there was going to be DLC because it was hidden in the script or something. But the free update adds something that people have been waiting for and asking about since the game came out.
Luigi.
No.
I heard
Luigi's
about
already
this.
in it.
This is cool.
Did they take him out of it?
No.
Oh, goddamn.
No, he's just an amiibo supported character.
Can you
Bitch.
not be?
I would love if that was the case, Steve, but it's not, unfortunately. But they're adding checkpoints to levels. Is that what you were going to say, Dylan?
Yeah, no, I heard about this.
They're adding
which is
checkpoints
awesome.
to levels, which is something that I'm not a big video game review guy. I don't really trust them, but whatever. But most of the reviews that I did look at for this game, I'll still read them, but it doesn't determine if I'm going to buy the game or not. Let me just say that. But most of the reviews I did watch said that the game needs checkpoints in their levels, and I completely agreed with that at the time. And now that they're coming out, I'm actually really stoked about it again because I haven't played that game in probably 2 weeks. Go on, Steve.
I was going to ask, how do the checkpoints work? Do you know?
They work just like they would work in any other Mario game.
Just like you couldn't say like put one in like a really shitty spot. So like you get the checkpoint and then like when you come back in that checkpoint, you just fall to your death.
You could. However, you need to have a way to complete the level to upload the level. That's the best part of the maker.
No, I'm not saying like make the game unbeatable. I'm just saying it's like you can beat it in one go, but if you beat it from the checkpoint, you're like almost like it's not impossible for you to beat it, but it's just harder. Just kind of fuck you using the
Yeah,
checkpoint.
I'm sure trolls can take advantage of it like that. No doubt about it. There's a lot of stuff that they do with that, which is kind of annoying. But.
So you can't upload your level unless you beat it.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the best thing. I mean, they kind of had to do that.
Right. No, it's a good.
It's
a
just
great
very
fail-safe.
smart of them how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like it opens the door for longer levels because when you're playing a level for a while, like I was playing this one level I was telling you guys about, and it took me almost a week to beat it, and I played it like fucking over 100 times in one night. I lost so many lives in this level, and if there was a checkpoint, I would have beaten it a lot faster. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been as cool when I finally did beat it. But I'm like a super hardcore player like that. Like there's a lot of casual people who play Mario games, and if they're playing a super long, kind of hard level that they've tried hundreds of times, they're gonna give up after a while. So checkpoints can definitely get more people into playing the games because people are used to having them in platformers, which is fine. But I'm just not even really that excited about the checkpoints. I'm excited that they're introducing more content to the game. Hopefully there'll be more deep DLC where you're probably gonna have to pay for it. But I feel like it opens the door for that. And that game can stay relevant for a really long time if they put enough resources into DLC.
It seems like it's just a good sign that they're listening to the community.
Exactly.
And taking that input.
Exactly.
Joining the 2015.
Right. Like, it's about fucking time you support your fans that are online and whatnot.
I said the 2015.
The 2015.
My grandmother kept calling Gronk the Gronk. Yeah. Like over and over again.
That's wicked funny.
So, anyway, sorry.
And then they added, there's like little mini games you can unlock throughout making a level. They added another one of those, which I couldn't care less about. They changed the power-up system a little bit. I'll try to explain this as best as I can. But you know how when you're playing a Mario game and you're not Super Mario, you're Little Mario, and you hit a block that would normally have a fire flower in it, but you only get a mushroom because you're small?
Yeah.
That didn't happen in Super Mario Maker because you could put any item in any block and it would appear no matter what size you were. But now if you mix items in one specific block, it'll give you the power up it would give you if you were Super or Small Mario. So if there's a block that you put a fire flower and a mushroom in, if you're playing as Super Mario, you're going to get the fire flower. If you're playing as Little Mario, you're going to get the mushroom. And I like that because that makes it way more like, like a Miyamoto Mario game.
Right.
And it makes things a little bit harder, I guess. I don't like when games are super easy and people either make super fucking easy levels or super impossible trolley levels. And I feel like this update kind of helps make the game a little bit more like it was professionally made.
Right.
So I think it's going to stay relevant for a while. And I want to see paid DLC if it's worth it because I will absolutely buy it because I love that game.
I'll buy any DLC that I think is worth it. I mean, that sounds like obvious, but
Right. But worth it is even $1 more can make something not worth it. Because
Sure.
you're usually talking little amount of money.
But back to like Rocket League, I said it before, like since I got that game for free, I didn't even care about the DLC. I just bought it because I wanted to give
Right, because exactly
my money to
these
this
guys
company.
made that game that you've been playing for hours.
Right. So any game that I truly like and I see that they're just listening to the community and trying to add more content and keep it
Yeah.
fun, I'll throw money at that even if I paid $60 for the game.
No, I'm with you. But
because you vote with your dollar. That's all.
I feel like Nintendo's been taking a more proactive approach with listening to their fans. Because even Anuma, the guy who's producing Zelda, the new one, I think, has been talking to the press about how he's listening to people online. He's listening to the fans. He's going to, that's why they did an open world Zelda. I guess a lot of people were clamoring for it. But he also said, we're going to listen to what you guys want, but we're still going to make it how we are going to make it. We're not going to do everything you guys want to do because it's not going to be original if we do that. It won't be The Legend of Zelda. And I feel like just Nintendo as a whole is really listening to what people have to say for the first time in a long time, I should add. And it might have to do with the fact that they're kind of going down the tubes right now.
Yeah.
Besides Amiibo, because those things are selling like fucking crazy.
Yeah, and there's just the kind of changing of the guard.
Right.
It would,
Yeah. With the new president.
new president,
and whatnot.
just the whole with the new console,
Yeah.
which
they're
there's some
releasing
news.
dev kits on those already, by the way.
What kits?
Yeah, development kits. They went
Oh, I
out,
thought you
they
said,
went out
so it's a death kits.
according to the Wall Street Journal. They went out last week. So they said they weren't going to talk about it to the public until 2016. But what they did with Wii U is the same thing. They gave out dev kits 1 year before they released the console. So if I had to guess, I'd say that's going to come out next Christmas. which is pretty cool. Honestly, it just is a little. The timing is a little off.
It's very weird.
It is, but
It's right in the middle of the
console generation.
Yeah, what?
Exactly. But that's what they did with Wii U.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Wii U, before they gave out any information on it, the first thing they said about it was that they're not going to compete with the consoles that are currently out. But according to the article I read about the development kits, they're saying that this system has like industry-leading hardware in it. So that kind of gives me the impression that they're trying to beat out the consoles that are currently out. And if they were trying to do that, wouldn't they have done that 2 years ago when these first things came out, or 3 years ago? How long has it been since the PS4 came out?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, it was 2013.
If they wanted to compete with good hardware, they should have done that 2 years ago. Why are they doing it now when 2 years or 3 years from now, Sony's going to release a console that's just going to fucking blow it away?
Like, yeah, by next year,
They're
PS4
one
will
foot
be,
in,
have
one
been out
foot
for
out.
3 years.
Right.
2 more years after that, we're going to get PS5.
Exactly.
Because not every console generation is going to be as long as the last one was, which is 7-8 years.
Right.
Um,
The company doesn't know what they want. They're one
What
foot
do
in,
I know?
one foot out. They want to, on one hand, say, no, we're Nintendo. We do things different. Play our games for this reason because they're always good. We might not have the best system and the best power, but our games are going to be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they target a specific audience. But then now they're coming back and saying, but we have industry-leading technology and we're catching up to these guys that have already had consoles out. It's like really weird. I don't know what the fuck to expect from this thing. But I will buy it. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but last generation, I was happy that it was so long. I wanted it to go on longer.
me too.
As much as it's great to get new hardware and stuff,
It sucks.
I kind of didn't want to.
The first year of a new generation is not good.
I was ready to I wanted to just stay with the consoles I had, you know?
Because they were
even though it
they were
always is great. I
established.
love my PS4 probably more than my PS3. But
because it's been 2 years.
right, but I didn't want to have to go out and buy a $400
Even
system.
money
So I hope
aside-
that the PS4 lasts me a long time.
The money
you know?
is a big thing. Now that I've grown up and moved out, like I can't spend fucking $400 on video games like it's nothing. Like when I lived at home, I would do that. But even just money aside, just having to start with a whole new system, having to play shitty ported last generation games and upscaled console graphics, it's just like it's not an attractive thing until a year later. Always. And I feel like that's always going to be the case.
Yep.
Because normally they release these things way too early. They don't work well. And the games are buggy or you've played them before.
Or every game gets delayed
Exactly.
out of the launch window like what happened with PS4.
So I'm hoping that NX, when it comes out, it's able to just like withstand the launch because Wii U didn't. It launched poorly and it remained terrible.
The
It
Wii
never
certainly
got better.
launched well because of Twilight
Exactly.
Princess, even though that was it was basically just an upscaled GameCube game.
Right.
It was still a good game. You know what? But really, it was Wii Sports.
It was.
It was fucking the
Exactly.
game that came with the
But
hardware.
they started strong and the whole life cycle was super. People are still buying Wii's. Like it's still a strong seller. And I feel like that's so important for them to nail on this next system. And the timing is just already giving me bad vibes.
I'm always on board with Nintendo. They have a real soft spot in my heart for Sarf Spark.
soft spot.
I have a real I have Yeah, okay, all right. Okay. I have a real Sarf Spark for Nintendo, and
Oh man.
yeah. So I'm always willing. That's why I've always wanted a Wii U. I still feel like it's a little bit too expensive for me to get it because I know it's gonna die soon, and I know there's not a
Honestly,
ton of games on it, and it's still what $250.
yeah.
Plus, if I buy a game, you know,
I think if you could, in Europe, I'm pretty sure, any of our listeners can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I saw this somewhere. They're bundling 2 games with the deluxe console for, I think it's either $280 or $299 USD, or euros because it's in Europe. But that's a super good deal. Like that's fucking awesome. If you could tell me, if I didn't have the system right now, and you told me the list of first party games that were out, and they said you could have this system with these 2 games for less than $300, I would absolutely buy
a
it.
bundle like that, I'd be interested in. You.
It's awesome. And I feel like they need to start doing that because it's just not selling. The only game that's really selling is Mario Kart. That's it.
Yeah.
But they have so many good first party games that people aren't playing. It's just a fucking shame.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess, and I'm not an economist at all, but the reason that I think these consoles are coming out a year before there's any good games for them is because they're coming out a full holiday season before these games are going to be developed. So as a company, they have the opportunity to release it in November or October or whenever, get whatever, because you're going to get sales from Black Friday and from Christmas, no matter what, for people, whether it's parents buying consoles for their kids or just someone impulse buying it because
Adult nerds.
it's
exactly
out. Yeah.
right. So you're gonna get all of that and all those people, and then you're still going to get everyone else who is going to buy the console anyway within the next year. So it sucks for us, but I think it's a good business decision for them.
I'm a launch guy. I
Near the
like
beginning of
buying
every
it.
generation, you get Call of Duty, you get Assassin's Creed, you get your sports games. So there's that whole huge
Well,
crowd.
Nintendo doesn't.
No, I know, but PS4, Xbox One, those are the draws immediately. Just the people who they buy those games annually. Okay, I'm gonna get it on the next system. It's not even really a question,
Right, but when you have those games for PlayStation or Xbox or even I can't even say PC because it's a lot different.
Yeah.
But for any of the other consoles, you're getting those third-party games, and they're usually pretty good. I mean, sometimes it's a game that's already been out and they're just releasing an upscaled version, but sometimes it's a new third-party game and it's actually pretty good. But if and when that game comes out on the Nintendo console, there's always a stipulation. It's like, oh, it's out on NX, but you can't play with your friends online. Or, but there's going to be no DLC. Or, but the campaign is fucking half as long. Like, they always, third parties always are like, okay, we'll put it on your system, but we're not going to give you this because you guys don't sell enough units. It's happened since the Wii, at least since the Wii. And it's getting to the point where they can't rely on a third party launch. And if they do it again, like, it's just going to suck for another fucking 5 years. And I'm going to be frustrated because a console shouldn't take 3 to 4 years to get good.
Right.
And the first 2 years of the Wii U was awful. There was nothing to play on it. It sucked until fucking Mario Kart came out. And I'm afraid that's going to
You
happen.
make similar
again.
arguments for PS4. I don't know when the first big game really came out.
Yeah.
I got Infamous, Second Son. I wasn't a fan of the series. I'd never played them, but I got it because it was the only thing out when I picked up my PS4.
Right.
I got the PS4 because the timing was good for me with the way that my
And
bank
you're
account was.
excited. It's a launch.
I had a Best Buy gift card, so I was like, I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna get a PS4.
Right.
That's that. But
Now's
I was
the
like,
time.
And it was like a couple weeks before Destiny first dropped, so that played out for me. But there was just nothing until I played Infamous, Destiny, The Evil Within, and I can't remember a single other game that I played until Bloodborne came out the next spring.
Yeah. Console launches are usually pretty bad.
Well, I even got the PS4 last 2014 for Black Friday. And what did I get it with? I got it with GTA 5 and The Last of Us, 2 ports, right? And this is a full year after the console came out. And then I got Shadow of Mordor just also in Black Friday. So that was the only current gen game that I had. And I had that game until we started doing the podcast. That was the only game that I had until I got Rocket League and stuff, because I don't really care for Destiny, or not that I don't care for it, but it never appealed to me. So even a year and a half in, the library was still small enough for someone like me to want to save my $60 rather than just gamble on something that I don't know if I'm gonna like.
And even it's still mostly third parties. What are the first party or second party, whatever, exclusive PS4 games?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, Infamous, Drive Club, which was a disaster until recently, I think.
I think it's still a disaster.
Looks cool.
What else we got?
Yeah.
Until Dawn,
Yeah.
The Order, which didn't do so hot.
Uncharted. New one's coming out.
The Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, which okay,
No, I was talking about
but all right.
4 too.
I'm just gonna switch over to Nathan Drake collection because I went to Target with my girlfriend to go get it, and
Is this the same Target where
it's the
both
same
your other
Target where
stories took place?
Yeah, well, we had our other
Where nothing
goddamn
goes
stores.
right.
Yeah, and so I'm like, all right, it's the middle of the day. There's nobody there. We're walking around. I'm like, I find the game. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finally pick this game up, and you know how they have their cases. You can pull the game, the game case. They have elastic thing to keep it in. It's in a case, whatever. So you can look at it, and then there's always the games behind it that you can buy, and somebody has to come open the case for you. Well, I see none behind it, and I'm like, well, there's the one game here in the case, so if nothing else, they can sell me that, right? So we wait 15, 20 minutes for somebody to fucking come and help us. We just keep walking around. There's just one dude selling somebody a cell phone, and they've moved the game section away from everybody. So I'm like, I have to go hunt down a sales associate to come back and unlock this game. I'm a grown ass man. Just let me buy the goddamn video game.
Is there a reason you're buying video games at Target specifically?
Gift card.
Okay.
So
Use that Target gift card to buy a PlayStation Store money and then just buy it
I know,
digitally.
yeah, I probably should have. So we finally get this guy to come. I'm just like, yeah, can we get the yeah. Woo!
Hey!
It took long enough, let me tell you.
So the guy came. That
So he came, and then we just went home. He hasn't called since. So yeah, we get this guy to come over, and he's like, "Oh, what game do you want?" I was like, the Uncharted collection. He was like, oh, all right. And then he just fucking starts to open up the fucking PS4 thing that comes with the Nathan Drake collection. I'm like, no, that's not. I mean, like, just like the game, like what I said with my mouth. Not the PS4 bundle. Like, that's way different. Then he like opens it. He's like, oh, there's none behind there. I'm like, this is the one you're holding in your hand. Like, can we have that one? And he's like, oh, all right. Unlocks the thing and then gives it to us. I was like, why was this so fucking painful?
It's that Target, dude.
It's that they don't know what they're doing.
He was just like, oh, Uncharted.
There was one dude.
He wasn't gonna give you the bundle. He was gonna reach in there and take the game out and then
Yeah.
give it to you.
Just the code.
download code.
Yeah.
The one dude who sold me Bloodborne, he knew what the deal was.
Is there? I got a question. At Target, because you've been there recently. Clearly, are they up in their PC gaming selection?
Not that I noticed, no.
Because I've noticed. My brother was telling me at Best Buy,
Mm-hmm.
there's like a PC rig area, and they're selling some like really good
Well,
shit.
Best Buy's always been more on like the technology side of things.
They have. but
Target's
as-
just a department store.
As far as PC gaming though, they've always been very bland, and they've only really sold video cards.
And
like-
they marked that shit up.
Oh
big
God,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
But he said it looked like a Micro Center aisle. Like you could buy.
You can get like Max Payne and Max Payne 2 for PC there. Just random ass old
Still the
games.
cheapest place to get the Elder Scrolls
Yeah,
anthology.
Yeah. But
Wait, where is?
Target.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
only like $20 there.
Yeah,
I think it's like
yeah.
50 online.
But
finally,
even excuse me, even
sorry.
GameStop, their PC
G-Stop?
selection. G-Stop. Even G-Stop.
Yeah, their PC selection
You
is
gotta
like
hit the G-Stop.
that big.
Not anymore. It's getting bigger. I went to one near my work and it was like way bigger. That's where I pre-ordered the Steam Link at GameStop, and it's gonna be out the day it comes out.
You're gonna want it to be way bigger if
I
you
have-
want to hit the G-Stop.
I have not heard blah, blah.
What?
I have not heard good things about that controller.
No, I didn't order the controller.
thank God.
The Steam Link.
Yeah, but I think they come with the controller, so I thought maybe you got it too, and I was like, Joe, you just wasted your
The
money.
Link is 50. The controller is 50. Bundle is like 90. But I read some bad things about the controller.
Yeah,
But I'm getting the Link.
How are you gonna?
Guess what I'm trading in to put money towards it?
I know it makes me upset.
Soul.
You know, I told you. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Why does it make you upset?
'Cause I want Ocarina of Time.
I'll sell it to
yeah.
you. How much do you want it for?
No, it's fine.
GameStop's offering me $33.
I know. I'll just buy it off the store for that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so I'm trading in Ocarina of Time 3D because I don't need it because I don't play it on 3DS. For $33. $33.
Because they just don't make that game.
Super expensive.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna pay $17 for the Steam Link.
$40 off it.
Yeah.
Still though, I couldn't believe it was that expensive. If you look on eBay, they're like fucking people selling them for $20. So I don't know. It's a little weird. I
Yeah.
feel like I should take advantage of it because I'm never gonna play that again.
Sure.
Hmm.
So I got the Uncharted collection. Went home. It was Friday. I was on vacation last week. Played maybe 3 hours of Uncharted 1, and then 3 hours the next day, like over the course of the day, and I beat it. Just put in the time. Just beat that game real quick. Had a good time. Have you guys played? Joe, you played the first Uncharted, right? Steve, did you play them?
No, I never played the first one.
Yeah, those games are fun. It was super easy. I'm now going back on the hardest difficulty setting, just because. Why not?
If I had a PS4, I'd probably buy it. I talked shit about it last week. That's because I just hate the commercial and I
Yeah.
don't like what he looks like when he's little.
Yeah, he looks like a
For
little,
some reason, it just looks
little
terrible.
chud.
But
Yeah.
that game is fun.
Mhm.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I have a lot of fond memories of 2 and 3 because that's where they really perfected things and things start to look really good. You know, Uncharted 1, it's just like a 2007 ish, something around that time period. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. I'm not gonna look it up. It's not important. Around that era, and it shows its age in some ways, and it's still very gamey where you're shooting 7,000 guys and like you'll shoot them in the head, but they'll just like kind of dodge it and be fine. I'm like, all right, no, it's cool. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the level design in that game, and then I started on the second game. Level design's great. Without it having to necessarily point you in the right direction, you know which way to go, which is always nice. You know where to jump for the most part. There are a few times where I go for a jump and then I just like fall into a pit because I'm like, oh, I guess it's the wrong ledge. But,
Steve, say it. Say it, Steve.
They know.
Because you're not good at the game.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I think everyone knows by now.
no, but
Chris is bad at video games.
it was a good game. I was happy to replay it. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep going forward with the series. Looking forward to Uncharted 4.
Nice.
Steve,
What are you playing right
yeah.
now?
I mean, Destiny. I've actually played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but I don't think I'm gonna get into it just because like we're only 2 weeks away from Fallout. I can't put that much time into a game.
Yeah. What are you playing it on?
PS4. Yeah, I bought it a while ago and I've only ever heard good things about it. So I mean, it's fun. I mean, I played a little bit of it and I'm like, it's the naval combat though. It took me The first time you do it, you're on a boat and you're attacking another boat, and I didn't realize for like 5 minutes that you could control the way the boat moves. I thought you just shot, and I totally crashed into like a cliff, and I was like, oh, I gotta move, because you just go in straight line and the enemies are coming at me, so I'm just like turning, aiming the cannon, shooting people down, like this is awesome. And I turn because I'm looking to the side, turn around and just oh, there's a cliff, and I just smash into it, and the boat's just like oh, and I'm like oh, I have to move it too. Like I was just like leaving the sticks alone, like oh, I don't need to do anything, right? But you do, but it's fun. I mean, I look at it, I probably won't get you playing it too much because Fallout 4 is close. But I did just buy the Resident Evil remake HD
4
remaster. No, 1.
Oh, man.
So I'll probably play that. So I can be the master of unlocking.
Yeah, and that reminds me, you said it to me earlier
Oh yeah.
about the Resident Evil 5 trailer. I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't need to discuss the game. I actually enjoyed playing that game. It's not a very good Resident Evil game, but it's a fun game.
I just bought that for PS3.
Me and Steve, we did a lot of co-op back
I
in
like
the
that
day.
game too,
Yeah.
honestly.
But the very first trailer, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think it's Wesker saying like, "Hello, Chris," and I was just like, the very first time I'm playing it, just like all bundled up on my couch in the dark.
And you're like, hey.
It was just a demo, or whatever.
No, I remember
the trailer.
I probably tell the story better than you did.
Yeah.
You were laying in bed. I think you downloaded the trailer and you were watching it, and it starts off just with a black screen, and you were like, "This is weird." And
I
then
didn't
it
think
just goes,
it was loaded or something.
"Hello, Chris." And you're like, "What?" Like you freaked out because you were like, excuse me." And then then it comes on. You're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah. I had a good time playing that game. I
We
think
need to replay it.
I played it the first time through solo.
Sorry, I'm making you buy it.
We were all trying to like compete to beat it in teams, and I didn't have a partner at the time because Dylan was like, "Fuck that, that's not a Resident Evil game. I'm not getting it."
Well, I have
Fair
a fun
enough.
story to talk about Resident Evil 5 in a second after you go yours. Sorry.
What?
Go. Talk. It's fine.
All
Talk.
right. So it's
I didn't know you knew German.
I do.
I really didn't hear anything you just said.
It's fine.
He's talking at the
Chris.
speed of sound. We know. I mean, this is the speed of sound, right? Yeah. All right.
Sure.
You could hear it, right? Oh god, what's happening in this episode?
I don't know.
Yeah, I played it the first time by myself just to beat you guys to it because you groups of friends had to get together to play it. I was just like, I'm doing it alone. I don't need anybody. But then me and Steve played it together, like couch co-op and online multiple times, and it was a lot of fun just being gigantic rhinoceros Chris Redfield
Yep.
punching boulders. Like it's hilarious. He's so ugly and his muscles are so huge. It's not. There's nothing scary about
a
that
fun
game,
game.
at all.
It's
It's just fun. Yeah, it's
not
it's
scary.
an action game.
My biggest gripe with that game, and I haven't played it at all, but just cosmetically, was how fucking jacked Chris Redfield is.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
the
dude,
worst.
you've been in prison for the last 4 games. Like, you just all of a sudden got out and just like, oh, okay, like not like prison, like solitary confinement, like weird fucking zombie alien government prison where you're just in a room.
He was
and like,
working out that whole time.
huh?
He was just. Yeah, he didn't actually get let out.
No,
He broke
you-
out because
dude,
he
you
just bent
see him
himself.
in Code Veronica. He's this little emaciated bitch, and he's just like, eh. And then what? He
Yeah,
just
and then he
got out and
was
just started,
like, "Duke."
just started like shotgunning protein shakes and fucking
And
lifting
roids,
trees.
yeah.
I don't know.
Punching boulders.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about that is that you just can't. When you play, I don't like playing as Chris. I like playing as Sheva, but you can't play as Sheva until you beat it as Chris. It's like I want to be able to see the screen.
We haven't played much of Resident Evil 6, but I like playing as Leon in Resident Evil 6 because I just want to kick everything and then give you a thumbs up afterwards.
But all right, to go back to the thing I sped through.
Yeah, so fast.
The funny story thing is, Chris, do you know whose copy of Resident Evil 5 you have?
I have Joe 10's copy.
Yeah,
of
you
Resident
do.
Evil 5, yeah, and you have my copy of Resident Evil 5.
Wait, you have mine?
Yeah, I do.
For what, Xbox?
When Steve
Yep,
he had
360.
moved, I let him borrow my Resident Evil 5, and then because he was gonna borrow yours, but like we weren't with you at the time, and he was heading home. So I was like, we'll just take mine, and then I'll get Joe's from him so that we can play together. And that's what we did.
No, you've never gotten it back.
You've never gotten it back? Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I don't have my Xbox with me, so you can have it.
Cool. Great. Thanks. Thanks. Hey, thanks,
I
buddy.
think he was planning on it.
Thanks, bud.
No.
I forgot that I had Joe's. Yeah, that's funny.
I've been playing Mad Spelunky lately.
Ooh,
You guys play that? What
going down and stuff.
do you mean?
Spelunking.
Spelunking.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you meant like dying
I just
a lot.
didn't say
And I'm doing
like
that
caves.
too. Oh,
Couldn't think of the word cave.
You couldn't
No,
think
those
of the
big
word
things
cave?
that you walk into when they're dark. There's always bats.
Vaginas? Oh,
That's it. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Okay. Someone had to say it.
All right.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah, I saw you playing.
This episode is definitely going off the rails.
It is.
You were a dude with like a
What rails?
horn mask and a thong.
Mm.
Does that change stuff, by the way?
Steve, you shouldn't even be here anymore because you didn't come to the interview.
All right,
with
bye.
us.
See ya.
Oh, yeah.
Steve bailed on the interview.
He's bailing right now.
Yeah.
Steve, come back.
King Baylor. Hey. Hey.
Dead.
What do you guys want to talk about? We have gone off the rails. I don't even have,
This
I have
is like-
nothing to say.
This is like
You're
the
talking
Saturday
about
Night Drunk
Spelunky?
cast, except
I want to.
not drinking.
Shut up. Joe, does changing the way you look in Spelunky do anything, or do you just want to look like a
It's
dude?
just a skin.
All
It doesn't change the game at all.
Wasn't sure.
And you unlock them by spelunking, and you come across coffins, and they're like someone banging on the coffin trying to get out, and then you have to break them out, and then you get a new character. Game's wicked fun. The bees are fucking terrifying. The scariest enemies, and
These are
I've seen them in a
terrifying
long
Animal
time.
Crossing too.
No, they're not.
I'm just constantly wearing a medical eye patch, so when they sting me in my face, nobody can fucking tell.
dude,
They still know.
just stop shaking trees. You'll be fine.
I stopped.
Nah, dude, you get that free furniture.
Dude, that's garbage. It's ghetto fernie, dude. You don't need that.
Dude, I got a soda machine out of
My
one.
mom sent me a
you have
kitchen
a soda-
sink the other day.
Do you have a soda
And I was
machine,
like,
Joe?
where am I gonna fucking put this?
The kitchen.
Duh.
But like, it's huge. I don't have a kitchen. I have 2 rooms.
Well, make one in the kitchen.
I got a basement.
I could make the upstairs a kitchen.
Ooh.
You could. I
But
put
they
a
would-
bathtub in mine.
There would only be a sink. That's all I'd have.
Yo,
We
you
can
can
do a
go
lot
over-
of things
You want
with
to come get some soda at my place? I got a soda machine out of a goddamn tree. You can tell me I got junk now?
I got a cart from Mario Kart today.
What?
Yep. How sick is that?
The centerpiece of my house is now the UFO that Steve gave me.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
You're
floating
welcome.
in the center of my living room.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I got the camel game. Sorry, dude. Like,
Camel.
yeah, the dude who changes your house. I just had like,
Oh yeah, for $3,000.
yeah, I was I'm rich, so it doesn't matter. But I just have like a stone floor now. I'm like, well, this kind of sucks.
I got the
but-
stone floor from her too.
Is
Weird.
there a lady? I didn't know.
Yeah, she's a female.
I was just like, yeah, dude, go on there, change it up. Sahara.
I don't know if I covered this last week, but Sahara comes. She comes. And
What are we doing?
when she sells you the wallpaper and flooring, she has specific ones that are rare and exclusive to her. But I've done it like 3 times, and I still haven't gotten a rare one. It's pissing me off.
I just wanted something different.
Peeing you out.
Yeah, but just
I had like a
fucking-
pink carpet with hearts on it. I was like, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, I got the spooky theme going on in my
Yeah,
upstairs.
I want
area.
that. Just in your shop
I have.
again?
You can have spooky theme if you'd like. I can give it to you. I was using
Okay.
cloud theme, and now I'm using like just normal.
What does it
floor
look like?
theme. What, the spooky one?
Yeah.
It's orange and black.
Yeah. It
Oh,
has
I
like
definitely
pumpkins on it.
Pumpkins, yeah.
Totally.
I have the pumpkin clock, pumpkin bed, the pumpkin sofa,
Pumpkin head.
the scary wallpaper, and flooring. And my store is closed for renovations tomorrow.
Nice.
I don't even know what the 3rd gen of the store is going to be. I've never even seen it on the internet.
I think
What?
it's just like a giant like
It's
Walmart.
bigger. Yeah. No, it's not a Walmart. It's just a little bigger. You have to,
Is
like,
it?
You have to do special stuff to upgrade it completely. I looked it up.
How many upgrades can you have?
I think the one after the next one for you is the last one.
Wow.
But you have to like some giraffe comes into town. You have to like get
cut its head off.
tokens from her.
Cut its
'Cause
head
she like is like a fashion lady or something. It's something like a design lady. It's something weird and like
Oh.
it sounds like a pain in the ass.
Are you sure it's not the badge guy?
I thought it was a lady, but it might be.
Have you guys talked to the badge guy yet?
Yeah, I got a badge for fishing.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's not like that. It's literally like you have to talk to her and she like inspects your house and then like or the,
Oh,
your
the
village,
feng shui guy. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
They give you badges.
Feng shui is a real stat in Animal Crossing. Don't know if you guys knew that or not.
No.
It's legit.
I knew about it from the original.
Yeah, they don't really ever cover it. But if you got good feng shui going on in your house,
Probably don't.
you have more luck. You get more bells. People are nicer to you. It's a bunch of shit. If your house is just like a disorganized fucking clusterfuck, like, it's not good. You gotta pick your shit up. You know what I mean?
Slightly related. The luck skill in Fallout. Did that like numerically determine how many like bullets you would find?
No,
or, like,
I think
things
that
like
was. I think luck increased your crit mostly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
really?
if you had max luck, I think you crit like almost every time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've always wondered that. I never
It
really
might.
bothered
It might have
look
had
it
to
up.
do with the other thing, but mine wasn't very high, and I always found a ton of stuff.
I don't know, because like,
I'm pretty sure it is crit. I remember that being.
weren't there like certain stats in New Vegas that were kind of like broken? Like there was really no need to have.
I mean, probably. I don't.
A lot of
know.
things in New Vegas were broken. That's why Fallout 3 is a better game.
Well, it was made by a better studio.
Yeah.
Well, that's argued.
Oh,
That's debatable as well, but
Better that kind of game studio. I
Yeah.
would say.
I think we should save the Fallout talk for when we have a wider scope to
Yeah, we were-
discuss.
Discussing in our group text that once Fallout comes out, this is going to kind of turn into the Fallout cast. For the most part, like, we're all going to play
At
it.
least the first couple weeks.
A couple episodes anyway.
Months.
So that's why we're trying to.
We'll talk about other stuff. It's just how it was,
Yeah.
the Metal Gear cast for a while.
Yeah.
You know, we get through it. We
I'll
work through it.
Tomb
But-
Raider too.
I'm segueing here into the interview we did this week.
Yeah, good.
At a store called Sudden Impact Retro Video Games in Winthrop, Massachusetts. For any of our local listeners listening in the Boston area,
Herzog.
check this guy out. He's awesome. If you need retro games or you can even sell to him. He's just a good dude.
I bought 2 Luigi amiibos from him.
He did.
Count
for,
him.
for a good price.
2. And Mega Man.
He's a good guy.
Very interesting interview too. He had a lot of cool stuff to say.
Yeah,
So-
Dom's cool. He goes over the business side of the retro market and how he got started. And we're planning on releasing an episode with his interview and possibly others.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can get that next week or the week after before the Fallout cast comes. I would like to get that out
Yeah.
personally.
It also might be good to sit on it. Yeah, right.
True, and give it some when Fallout
like a-
kind of dips.
Like a surprise midweek
Yeah.
episode.
Either way, but just we're telling you that we did do it and it is coming, and we're gonna keep doing stuff like that.
It was fun. Yeah.
It was a good time. Yeah, I'm going back to that place this weekend if anyone wants to go.
It's a cool fucking
Looking at you,
store.
buddy. Chris found Chris, tell the listeners what you were gonna buy.
I was going to buy a Dot Hack Quarantine.
For how much?
That runs for like $300 online.
How much was he gonna give it?
He was selling it for $130, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll give it to you for $90." So I'm pretty excited.
Are you
about
gonna get it?
That I'm thinking about it. I'm
You
thinking
should
about it.
fucking.
I
get
just
it.
paid a whole lot of bills this week, so
Just pay another one.
I'll just yeah. It's just a video game bill.
It's so nice not having to be able to have to do that.
Fuck off, Steve.
Oh, thank God I got that back when it came out.
I'm just I'm trying to convince myself that it's like a birthday present, but
It's not.
it's not.
It's just a super expensive PlayStation game.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2. All right.
Buy once, cry once. You buy it once, you cry about it once, and you get over it. Then you have
So-
the rest of your life.
Are you actually gonna play it, or is it strictly from a
I'm
collector
hoping to
standpoint?
actually replay those games, but
It's the last in the series.
yeah, it's just it's like a piece of my heart is missing. Because I mean,
Piece of your heart. 99
I know a
bucks.
lot of people collecting those games are they're just collectors. They want all the games on PS2, and it's just a rare game to them. This is actually a game that it was a series that we've talked about it
You're
before.
interested in playing.
Yeah, me and Steve are huge fucking Dot Hack fans. Again, I don't know if those games were good, and I don't care because I loved them, and I like put a lot of time into those, and it just so happened that I rented this one instead of buying it. And
Dom is giving you the deal of a lifetime.
he's giving me the deal of a lifetime. It's like it like eats away at me when I look at my shelf because when you line all the games up together, they create a picture on
There's
the
just
side,
there's
and like
just
the head of the
space there.
picture is missing. It's just, dude, it kills me. It
Yeah.
kills me. Steve's is there.
I'm going back to buy the 30th anniversary Mario 8-bit amiibo
Mm-hmm.
for like I think it was 35 bucks, which is good because I can't find that thing anywhere.
Oops, sorry. Kick the mic.
So we're gonna give that guy some money next week because we're interested in that, and he's the man, and I'm happy I'm giving it to him instead of Amazon or fucking GameStop or I don't know somewhere shitty.
Yeah.
Dom rules. Dom, if you're listening to this, we love you.
I hope you are, Dom.
He said it when we released his episode to let him know. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
sent him the link anyway, already.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna buy anything. I'm like,
You're not a retro.
I'm
guy.
not a retro guy whatsoever. Like, which is weird because my roommate is such a retro freak, where he's just like, "Oh, actually, Nintendo isn't even a retro console." I was like, "All
It's
right,
not for everybody.
all right, Bill." But I don't know. But just being in that store is fun. Like, it's just a cool
Oh, yeah.
atmosphere. There's just
Did you see the picture I tweeted of you?
yeah,
It's like you look like you're in heaven.
because it was like the earliest I'd been up that week. It was like 11:30. I was just like, "What's going on in here?" It's just like you can close your eyes, turn in a direction, open your eyes, and there's something cool that you're looking at, like in every direction. He had that fucking Mario phone.
Oh my dude, when it goes off during
Yeah.
the interview, it's great.
Yeah,
Mia.
it's great.
No, it says you should call you Mamma Mia
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, stay tuned for that because I'm excited for that episode personally.
Yeah, and the other potential interview we have, I don't want to like give too much away, but it would be a very different take than a store owner. For those, I'll just say that much.
Consumers take.
A consumer wouldn't even be a good word for it because this is, I don't want to get too far into it,
Right,
but
okay.
there's the people who are into the retro gaming aspect of like collecting old consoles and physical copies of old games, and then there's the people who are into the way obscure stuff that you can really only get on a ROM now because there's really no access to like these types of consoles anymore. So it should be a cool look at both sides of the thing, neither of which I have a fucking clue about. So there's that.
Yeah, I thought it went really well. I had a good time doing it.
I had a good time hanging out with you fellers,
Yeah, that's great.
watching the football game.
Chris
after.
looks like he's falling asleep.
I'm a little tired.
Chris,
Wake up.
wake up.
Man, it's been a a long day. I was up late reading my Witcher textbook, the fucking World of the Witcher book. It's huge. I feel like I'm in history class. It's legitimately like what I used to read, like when I took college history classes. It just details like the wars and the history and all that shit of The Witcher. And I'm up to like 115, just like reading this shit, just plowing
with your glasses
through it.
on.
With my glasses on, I have to keep pushing them up because I'm getting sweaty. I'm getting so
You're wearing
interested.
glasses and reading, Chris.
Steve,
Gotta take those off.
I have to literally hold the book to my nose to read
That's
it.
because
I'm
you
that blind.
didn't take your glasses off before.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I had to wake up for work, so I'm a little tired. This is kind of an in-between episode. We're all like winding down off of the big games we've been playing, and now just ramping up for the next one.
Fallout. We're all just waiting for Fallout.
Yeah, I agree.
It's an in-between
We're in a
episode.
weird phase, but I think it's still fun. I'm having a good time talking.
Yeah.
I have a random question.
What's up, Dylan?
My random question. Do you guys miss split screen multiplayer at all?
Kind of.
Because it's dead, right?
Pretty much. Oh.
Not
like-
according to Nintendo, but
Well, I mean, I feel
no,
like-
I don't.
What game is? There's a game that coming. I think that.
Halo 5 specifically does not have.
Yeah, I
split
thought there was
screen
one coming out
multiplayer.
that does have it, but I can't think of what it is.
Regardless
I'm gonna
of
shoot it, though.
if it has it or not, no one plays it.
As-
We
if
haven't.
it's-
When's the last time the four of us have ever done that? When we
I don't
that's
know.
what we grew up doing.
I like when it's like not AAA games. I don't mind. Like there's a game called Towerfall, which is just like 4 people shoot bows and kill each other.
It's not even split screen. That's
No,
split
it's just
screen.
one screen, and I think stuff like that is fun. It's kind of unnecessary and a little annoying, especially we talked about RE5 earlier. That split screen sucked
Yeah, it does.
because it's not split screen.
No.
It's
if
like
if you're on an HDTV, it's not split
Yeah.
screen. It's like one in one corner, one in the other, and then like 2 black corners.
Yeah.
For some
it's like not the
god-awful
full.
reason.
It's like a little bit more than
Yeah.
that, but it's not like a full bottom and a full top.
just
It's
for
like a
some
little
reason, it's
bit.
just broken, so you can't see shit.
So it's like that sucked to play, but like
Remember all the times we played Halo? See, a lot of
Yeah.
people have memories of playing the original Halo, like linking up the systems. They have 16 players and stuff
LAN
like
parties.
that. LAN
Yeah.
parties. It was just me and Steve with 2 clunky ass Xbox
Yeah.
controllers, playing in Blood Gulch, just like
or
sniping each other.
hang 'em high.
Or hang 'em high. And remember, you'd like hide behind stuff, and I would snipe your gun, and it would still kill
Yeah,
you.
you snipe like the end of the pistol, and I'd die, and I'd be like, "Fuck off."
honestly, the only game that I have fond memories of playing split screen on were 2 of them: Time Splitters 2 and Mario Kart 64. That's it.
Yeah.
GoldenEye?
That's no, God no. Did not have fun playing split on GoldenEye because it was, again, the controls were really bad. We've already discussed that. But screen looking in GoldenEye was it. If you were good at it, if you could do it correctly, you win. Mario Kart
Doesn't really matter.
didn't really matter, and Time Splitters was so goofy that it also didn't really matter.
I think split screen or screen looking was there was no what. I'm fixing my junk. Okay, I have
always
junk.
does it.
You have junk.
Always does.
49% of the world has junk. Fix your junk shamelessly.
I mean,
gentlemen.
Everybody's got junk, but
Yeah.
some of us just have hanging junk. The other ones don't.
Anyway.
Hanging junk.
Yep.
Like,
Anyway,
screen looking was I felt like you just had to do it. Like there was
Yeah.
I hated
There's-
when people would just accuse you of screen looking. I was like, what do you mean? It's the same fucking screen. Like what are you talking about? We're looking at the same TV. Yeah.
I think that's why we played on Hang 'em High a lot because it wasn't easy to screen look and like cheat on Hang 'em High.
Looks the same.
Yeah, everything looked the same. So you could look down at the person's screen and be like, well, they were behind a giant
Right.
gray rectangle. There's 60 of them.
I just think it was inherently a broken form of multiplayer. I know it
Yeah.
was the only form
I
of
think
multiplayer
in racing
for a
games,
while.
it's fine. Like
Sure.
if they come up with a new Mario Kart or like a new Gran Turismo, and it's like, oh, it's split screen, like, yeah, that's fine. But like, even like I guess why Halo 5 wouldn't do it because it's just like, why? No one's gonna play like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they would.
I think they
I
would
think
too.
they would.
I think a lot of
Story
people
mode.
miss that.
I don't think like multiplayer anybody would anymore. 'Cause I think it's too like competitive now. People don't want to be able to just be like, well, you cheated because you looked. Like, oh no, I didn't. Well, you have no way to prove it.
Well, that's why like that's what I'm saying. Like when I used to play Halo, like Combat Evolved with Edge, one of my friends, all the time, and we would screen look, and we just both accepted like you're saying, you're not gonna be able to like prove whether or not
Yeah.
someone was. So let's just screen look and just fucking shoot
Look,
each other.
I think not a lot of people are like us. People just won't care.
All right. Well, so
Plus, 3 paper people co-op was bullshit.
I like
That one person got the whole half screen, and you guys got 2 little ones.
Oh, that
Fuck
was
you,
garbage,
Player
yeah.
1.
I like same room coach multiplayer a lot, but
Yeah.
split screen always kind of pissed me off. But with that said, multiplayer games where it's a shared screen also has a lot of limitations.
right.
Because usually if it's like if you're exploring or something, you can't leave, the you just can't get too far away from each other without it just fucking up or being completely unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard now to get multiplayer on the same screen to work correctly. So I feel like that's why people now like Bungie are just saying, "Fuck it, we're not going to do it." Everyone has an internet connection.
I heard
Play
it was
online.
I heard there was something too about how it would if they had split screen, it would mess up like the 60
Frame
FPS.
rate?
Yeah. Like
Well,
throughout
that's-
the whole game.
Mario Kart's the same way. Once there's another person playing, it automatically downscales to 720 and goes to 30 frames.
Right.
Yeah, well, not really. It actually makes a lot of
I mean,
sense.
it's weird that it goes to 720.
Well, it does. It doesn't look nearly as good.
But Joe, Bungie doesn't make Halo anymore. 343 Entertainment does.
Whatever. I don't fucking know. I haven't played Halo since Halo 3, maybe? I don't know.
I haven't even played Halo 3.
It was pretty good. I kind of like it.
Everyone likes it, yeah. I
Yeah.
just didn't they get rid of dual wield in Halo 3?
Yeah,
No,
they
you can't
did,
do it
yeah.
anymore.
Right. I love the
Which-
dual wield
me
in
too.
Halo 2, man.
Oh my god.
I love the combos, noob combo.
Noob combo was
Noob
so
combo
dude,
was dope.
Me and Mike were talking about this the other day.
Oh, well-
that game was so
Well,
good.
hold on.
Yeah.
Noob combo was
Was-
a single plasma
Yeah,
pistol
that
and
wasn't
then BR.
dual. That wasn't dual.
Yeah.
But still.
No, but there was the other one that I used to use all the time, which was single
SMG?
plasma. No, single plasma pistol and then single
Regular
pistol.
pistol?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, God,
And just
yeah, that-
you
that
just
was Halo
take down the
2,
shield
yeah.
and then one headshot. And
Yeah,
it's
that
over.
one was sick too.
That's like how you have
BXR.
to beat legendary mode in like any
Right.
Halo game. It's using the
Yeah.
plasma pistol because it takes their any shields away in one shot.
BXR was
Remember
dope.
BXR?
Oh,
That was
man.
great. That was, but that was like more reminiscent of like fighting games. You know what I mean? Animation cancels
Yeah,
and stuff
right.
like that.
Yeah.
That's not a thing in FPS. That's why I personally my favorite first-person shooter of all time is definitely Halo 2. Like,
Oh, me
no,
too.
no
Me too,
way.
No questions asked.
I'm not even saying it's the best because
It's my personal favorite.
right.
I feel.
I mean, I sort of fell off like the first-person shooter train around that time. Like after that, once Halo 3 came out, I wasn't interested, and I was also really grossed out by like the game Crackdown. Was that it?
Yeah,
don't-
I only got that to get the Halo 3 beta.
There you go. And that was the only reason anyone ever got that game. Yet I would see people playing it all the time, pretending that it was a good game. I never played it. I'm not. If you like that game, that's your favorite game. That's fine.
Not a great game.
Yeah, it didn't look like fun. It looked like a piece of shit, and that was like one of the first times that like gaming lost its innocence for me.
Was that game made by Bungie? How
I
did
don't
they
know.
get the rights to the Halo 3 beta? Because that is the only reason. Was it? Yeah, it must have been.
I don't
That's the
know.
only reason that game ever went anywhere.
I don't know.
honestly.
But the Halo 2 campaign really fucked me up because
Didn't even play it.
I was so pissed that it ended on a goddamn fucking cliffhanger, and the story
Yeah.
was like 10 hours long maybe, and like I got to that last cutscene and I was like ready for another level or 5, and then the credits rolled and I was like, what like, huh? I was so mad about it. I wrote an essay about it in English class, and the title of the essay was Microsoft with a $sign for the S. But like, yeah, that was sort of when I started like realizing the business side of games wasn't as innocent as I not that I thought it was, but it was the first time I could ever consider that kind of stuff.
What are your top 3 FPSs without getting super detailed? If you just had to put them in numbers.
Halo 2, Doom, probably Doom 2 or Doom 3. I fucking love Doom, dude. Doom is like the shit. And then off the top of my head, I can't really. Time Splitters was cool, but I don't know if I'd put
That's
it.
my second favorite.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it on my like list. Maybe James Bond Nightfire, 007 Nightfire.
Yeah, that's a good game.
That game was really cool. I enjoyed that game with split screen for some reason.
Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask
definitely.
if Bioshock was too, because that's my.
No, that
I would consider it.
it's one of, like I said many times before. It's one of my favorite stories in games, but
Yeah.
not nearly. It doesn't even sniff one of my favorite.
No,
games.
I mean I would, but I'm saying I would count it as a shooter.
Yeah.
It's definitely a shooter,
Bioshock in general was going to be my number 3, and then Counter Strike would be like tied.
right?
But number 1 is definitely Halo 2.
And depending on how you play it,
Right.
not that it's, you could call the Fallout 3 in New Vegas like installments, like have elements of first person shooter, which I know that like any of those, like, there's a whole culture of Fallout fans who don't play anything before after 3 or 3 included. There's like this
Yeah, I'm
really
not
weird
surprised.
toxic community that like despises anything that Bethesda did with
up,
the
bro.
theories or the series, but
Fucking hard.
people like the third game had really kind of like janky shooting mechanics,
It
which
did.
were
It
which
didn't have
were
iron sights. It just
right because it was
zoomed in a little
supposed to
bit.
be, you're supposed to use VATS. VATS is there to make the
Yeah.
game an RPG. Exactly. But with New Vegas, they did improve on the having iron sights, and they do. Well, in the Game of the Year edition Fallout 3, there's iron sights, aren't there?
I don't think so. I think
No?
any of it has. No.
Whatever.
I think it just zooms in a little bit.
But like
It's fine.
New Vegas had while it had more RPG elements and like the weapon customization and all that stuff, it was definitely more of. I felt more comfortable with just kind of like shooting. Yeah.
I think 4 will probably be a bit of both.
I think so too. I don't think that. I think it'll probably be more of an RPG in the style of like The Witcher, rather than in the style of Skyrim. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like more. And I think the character is going to be that way too. And that's just whatever. The Courier was I think a better character than the Lone Wanderer, but I don't
I
know.
always felt more like pressured as the Courier to be like a certain way, because I felt like that character had more backstory. Where it was like, well, you like can make up more backstory for, it's in a weird way. It's like they had more history. It was like, well, you're the Courier and you're supposed to be like, you work for this company, you did this stuff. Where it was like, the Lone Wanderer was like, well, you're just like a teenager and you could have done anything when you were a teenager. Like you have brief moments of your life, but you could just more make it up.
Right, and it's just like you were a vault dweller, so the entire world is new to you. And I think
I think that worked for us because we were all new to the game too.
Right, but with New Vegas, I think it was, the amnesia factor was allowing you, like you maybe your character has this side that not even the player knows about, which is kind of what it was. That was like the whole Benny like portion of the plot was like finding out how you ever came in contact with that asshole in his awesome
gun.
suit and gun.
Maria.
Oh, I love that gun.
Me too. That gun rules.
It was terrible, but it looked awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Was it a 9mm?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was.
Did you already say your top FPS games?
Yeah, my number 1 is Halo 2. Number 2 is Time Splitters 2. And then, honestly, number 3 is probably CS Source. Or CSGO, because I actually like that game a lot too.
I don't know, man.
But then Bioshock is close.
I loved CS 1.6 for a period of my life.
I only played Source and Go.
Source is fun, but
Have you played Geo or Go? Whatever?
Yeah, I have it. I got it. I got it like at launch when it came out, and I played it for a while, but I just can't keep up with it.
Yeah, it's very competitive.
And I am not a fan of fucking not playing video games when I'm playing video games, and that's a huge portion of CS:GO is spectating and waiting for a match. And
absolutely.
Like
if you play the right way.
I know,
there's
like
death matches and stuff in gun game now, but it's.
I know that, but I like team. I like Counter-Strike. I like defusing the bomb.
Me too.
And
that's
trying to set the bomb.
That's the only way I play.
Which is why I enjoyed playing. Like when I did play that game, I played it at the LAN center, with people, like physical human beings with bones,
right,
and stuff, like the same room as them.
They have bones when they're not.
I don't know. If I can't see you, you don't have bones.
You're made of jelly.
All you people that I've never met that listen to us,
jelly.
No bone having ass listeners.
Jelly having.
Yeah, but I would play it in there because then when I died, I was at least still in like the room with everyone playing. I was hanging out. I could go like turn around and talk to someone else who had died. So sitting there,
hey, what's it like in hell?
Sitting there on my computer, I don't have a fucking. There's no way I'm listening to people talk.
No, I think it's
ever.
Oh no, that's long.
Having
gone.
someone call me mad racial
unless
slurs.
you're like the only way to play an FPS online is to play with friends, pretty much.
Yeah, I think
but otherwise,
so
it's just because
especially a super tactical one like Counter-Strike.
or like because Rainbow Six Siege, I played it for a little bit at the beta.
Yeah,
and it was fun, but it's just like I don't want to be alone, and like I don't want to talk to these random people. Like if the 4 of us had played, I'm sure I would have played that way more. Because that's one of the things where if you die, you're dead. You have to just watch somebody else, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, right.
So it's just like, but if the 4 of us are playing, that would be fine because then we could still talk, and I could be like, "Whoa, Chris, watch out!" Not just be like, "I don't want to talk to this stranger. I want him to die."
But watching the game as it unfolds, even when you're dead, is always super fun though, because you get to see everyone's side. And you're like, "Oh my god, he has no idea this is going on," and blah blah blah. It is. You can't say anything unless you're in like Skype with someone, which most of those people definitely are if they're playing together.
I mean, anyone who's good,
right.
Anyone who's on a team. I mean, I enjoy professional CS. Like that's really.
I've never watched any of it.
It's one of the few I do watch.
The only game that I like to watch pros play is like Dota because I'm so bad at it that it just really intrigues me to see these people that are legitimately professional Dota players,
millionaires
that make money, that make a good living doing it. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
CS is the same way. There's that's
a
very good community.
Absolutely. That's been going on forever too.
I mean, I can't really speak to the community, but like at least the competitions
and pro scene
tournaments.
Cool.
I saw something about how some team was mentioning how they were using a ton of Adderall, And I even heard about
Yep.
this. I heard about this on the
They
Joe
got
Rogan
fined.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just said whatever the league is said they were gonna start working
Drug
with the
testing.
anti-doping agency. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they
I mean,
should.
it's a real league that generates a profit.
That's
like,
it.
There's a real thing going on. Like people can gamble on that. You can gamble on esports on DraftKings now. Mm-hmm. That's a real thing. Like they need to crack down on every single detail in that league. Like that's fucking crazy to me, and it's awesome, and I love it.
I love it too.
and I hope it grows, and I hope more people pay attention to it.
And I don't think that
Not because of the gambling thing, obviously. Let me just say that.
why not?
But
I mean,
I'm personally, like I don't do that myself, but I think it needs to grow for better reasons than to make money off of it.
I think it's going to be a long time before the average person who doesn't play video games considers esports, an actual sport.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Is it's harder to get into something like that than it is a normal sport.
I mean, but most
like,
people,
rule-wise.
not most people that I don't know, but like a lot of people probably don't consider ping pong a sport,
Right.
yet it's a
Has been
national sport.
it's an
in-
Olympic
Oh, I'm
in
not
Asia.
saying. I'm just saying that if you had never watched, say, baseball, and you wanted to watch baseball, it wouldn't take you long to pick up the rules.
Are you fucking sure? Because I'm
Well,
I'm
honestly,
24 and I'm still
you
not.
get the
honestly-
gist of it pretty quick.
Baseball,
I know what you're saying.
Baseball is, I don't think it's a good example, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, any sport. Fine, we'll go
Great example.
fucking basketball.
3
I-
strikes are out.
Yeah,
3
Base,
outs.
baseball
Yeah.
is super technical, and it's
I guess that
very,
is.
it's very.
but I'm just
boring.
talking about the basics.
Yeah.
Of it. Like, if
He
you
does
want,
it- every 5-year-old in America knows how to play baseball. Like you don't know like the super minute.
No, you're
just-
right. You're right.
I don't need to argue for Steve's example
no,
because
no.
I think it's a fine example.
Knowing the rules wise, you're right. But as far as the game being playable and entertaining,
I'm not talking about playable. I'm just talking
Yeah.
about watching it.
No,
So
you're right.
gonna
I
sit
was
down
just
to watch-
making a smarmy comment
Yeah,
about
no,
how I
but
don't
you
like
know,
it.
me too. I hate
any sport. Yeah, everyone who likes baseball. It's good to do if you want to take a nap. That and soccer. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? If you watch any sport, you can
Yeah.
probably pick it up in a few games. Or I
Yeah.
know the gist of it.
Someone can
Tell
tell
you
you
get
the
the thing in the
rules.
thing or hit the thing out of the thing.
Right.
And then if you're watching like League or Dota, it's a little bit more like, well, wait, what do you have to do?
Even me. I
Yeah,
don't know what the
that's
hell is
I'm saying.
going on. I don't
think,
watch it.
I think that's its big also. They either need to make it like they need to get a game that's easy for everyone to get into and then spread it to the other stuff.
Right. Well,
Like,
that's. I feel like that's gonna be a first-person shooter. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's fine. I was going to say something like that. Anyway.
Because who the fuck doesn't understand what to do in Counter Strike?
You know what
set-
they
you,
got-
you
I
detonate the bomb, or you just kill everybody. Like,
I
it's-
think
I think a third-person shooter would probably be better because I think that would make people less sick.
bad guy.
I don't think
Someone
that
just shooting.
I don't think that this game will be the one that like breaks into this
No,
new
but they
market.
need
No,
something.
that's what I'm about to say. I don't think it's going to be the one that breaks into the new market, but it would make the most sense to me. It would be Rocket League. Rocket League
Rocket
is
League's already in Major League Gaming.
But I'm saying that's a game that you watch and there's really no bullshit there. There's
It's entertaining.
cars driving into a ball.
and
like
it's fun to watch.
it is. And the only competitive game I've ever watched is Melee, Smash Melee.
Yep.
And the only reason that I find that entertaining is because
You're a
I
player.
vaguely understand the mechanics of it
and
all.
like the technique and
Right.
how much
If-
goes into it.
Right. If I wasn't, I would be like, "What are these fucking smelly nerds yelling about? I don't understand. Why is no one use Pikachu? Pikachu's cool." But with Rocket League, it's a ball getting bounced around by fucking cars, people flying around.
It's a sports sim.
right.
It's
and-
why people can
But I think
recognize it.
if you sat someone down who's never played a video game, someone who's 35 years old, never was into video games, showed them League, Dota, Counter Strike, and then Rocket League in Melee, they're gonna be able to pick up Rocket League like without any
Honestly,
hesitation.
yeah, here in America, but if you're talking in fucking Japan or something like that, everyone knows what Dota and League of Legends is over.
Yeah, or StarCraft.
You know what I
in
mean? Or StarCraft.
Korea.
Gaming has been more common over there for a lot longer than it has been over here.
I think that fighting games is probably the easiest way to get in. It's just, I mean, you're just watching, like, basically, if you want to like boil it down, it's like martial artists doing cool moves on each other.
Yeah, they're
like
fighting.
Fighting is like the oldest thing in
There's a
human
lot
history.
of technique that goes into
'Cause you-
those games, but at the end of the day, they're fighting.
Because
You
I
can
mean,
see who
obviously,
wins.
I'm in the minority when it comes to like people because everybody likes watching Dota and League and stuff like that. I look at that and I'm just completely turned off by
I'm
it.
with you.
But I also, you guys know this. I mean, I don't really like sports either.
Right.
I just like. I mean, I do see the appeal, and I do. I enjoy hockey and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just. It's never.
the competition doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm like, what is like. I mean, I prefer like more intense, like epic struggles, which makes me sound like a huge dork, and I am a huge dork, so it's okay.
No, that's
but
just
I'd rather,
the
I'd rather
way you
like playing things or reading about things or engaging in things that like have like true meaning. And I'm not even to devalue sports, because it means a lot to a lot of people, and I totally appreciate that.
Right.
It brings people together, makes people happy, and that's awesome.
But at the end of the day, it's just
like a bunch of
sports.
like people who are good at.
They're
like,
not
things.
heroes,
Right?
Like, let's be real.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of
Except
positivity.
TV12.
Yeah.
Right. No, there's plenty of positivity in sports. It's just like when I look at that, it doesn't mean anything to me. And so the same thing, looking at like League or Dota, it means nothing to me. It's just like it's just stuff on a screen, like
Right.
people doing a thing against each other for
Okay.
no reason. Well, for money, but
Mostly, yeah. Now,
and that's just we've mentioned it on previous episodes how like the competitive side of video games has never interested me in any way. I compete against myself and compete against the game itself. It's just to have an immersive experience, to engage in something,
Right.
to even if it's just like a simulation of a greater experience that you can't find in real life necessarily, like an epic struggle. You find that in reading books.
right?
You gain something from it. Like reading books grants you greater perspective into like a character acts a certain way. Maybe you don't like that character, but 5 years later you encounter something in real life and you think like, oh, that person is like this. I feel like reading a book, it's like any character you read of in a book, they always have motivations and stuff, and you look at people in real life and you think,
Right.
those people also have motivations just because I can't get their inner narrative, whatever. But there's similar things you can draw from games. You're gaining something out of it. Just
Right.
the struggle to, beat some shitty boss that you've died out. And sometimes it brings out bad things in people, like frustration and anger, people smashing
Definitely.
controllers. But sometimes when you like beat that, it can
Super
serve as it's a rewarding experience, and it can serve as an example of what you can do in your real life and stuff
Right.
like that. Personally, yeah, I guess I've never gotten any sort of fulfillment out of watching sports, and I don't understand why, because I always want to. All my friends like it, my family, everybody in my life is into
The
sports.
thing that I take out of sports, and even esports for that matter, isn't that I take it so seriously because I care that much. I do care because I like it. It's something that I'm invested in.
Yeah.
But it's mainly because of the talent that goes into that.
Sure.
Like when somebody is just like crazy
You have
talented
an appreciation of that
at what
talent,
they
yeah.
exactly, and that's what I take most out of competitive gaming too. Like there's a lot of Dota players that you look at and you're like, how on earth is this guy so good at this game? And it's just ridiculous training, and I like watching how they progress and how they get better over the years, especially with sport athletes, because I watch more sports than I do esports. But just like seeing someone's career evolve before your eyes, I don't know, it's really cool to watch.
Yeah, I think that as far as like accessibility goes with fighting games, if you're not cued into the nuances of it, two professionals playing Street Fighter 4 probably would look the same to you as you and I playing Street Fighter 4. With Rocket League, again, like if there's us playing, like it's gonna be just a whole bunch of people chasing after the ball. But if you see pros playing that game, they're doing shit.
Oh,
where you're
yeah.
like, that must be like a very
He's
easy
cheating.
Yeah, like that must be it looks like it's so perfect that it must be easy. You know what I mean? And the same way that when you're watching the NBA
Yep.
and you're seeing that the point guard just drain those jump shots, he makes
So natural.
You don't even you pay attention to that fucking guy because you're too busy paying attention to the guy shooting the 3-pointers or the big dunks and the alley-oops. You don't take into account just how skilled you have to be to do the basic fundamentals of that game.
That's my
The
favorite part
strategy
about
that goes into everything. There's a lot more than I'm giving it credit for.
no, I think what you're saying is completely valid
it. It
because
is. It's 100% valid.
because there's with video games, as far as like just a medium go, like compare it to like a book. A book is what? Words on paper, right? So that could be prose, that could be poetry, that could be a choose your own adventure book, that could be a giant series, it could be a novellas, it could be a whole bunch of things. So video games, by that same token, can be Dota or League, or it can be Hotline Miami, or it can be fucking Pong. Like it can be just, or The Witcher 3, or it can be any sort of like number of these different variations on the same basic concept of a human, a controller, and a screen, like where you're just controlling what's happening on the screen. So there's really as far as like, all I'm saying about competitive games is that I like video games and I appreciate people who are good at anything. You know what I mean? And there are certain things like, if you're great at oboe, like, good for you, dude. Like, that's really cool. I'm probably not going to check out your YouTube channel because I don't really give a shit about oboe. Like, sounds great in an orchestra. I don't really care about it. But if you're really good at Counter-Strike, then maybe I'll check out your YouTube channel because I like Counter-Strike.
you're into it.
You you're not in love with sports, so you're not going to check out sports. But you're into whatever the fucking nerdy shit you're into, so you go and check that shit out.
You watched the Dragon Ball Z Linkin Park music.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I played Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
No, but there's no like, I don't think there's any reason to be unless someone's just being like a complete asshole and trying to invalidate things, which like
Which is
none of us are trying to do that.
I've certainly dug my own grave as the real nail in the coffin with just how big of a fucking humongous dork I am. I've just never been able to connect to sports. I mean, I can't connect to most things.
I know a lot
in
of
real
people
life.
like that.
I can't connect to people. But,
Elena hates sports more than anyone I've ever met. And it's simply because she doesn't get why.
I think, part of it's probably just because I've never been able to like it like everybody else does, so I resent it because I don't get it. And I'm not part of it,
because
so I
it's
just
always
resent it.
around you and
It's
you just don't
psychology
care.
now. Yeah.
But there's
I
nothing
have to
wrong
grow.
with
It's
that.
like I grow like a resentment towards it because it's
It's like forced.
so inundated in my life. I'm just like, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that sucks because it's something that's so pervasive within the culture that if you're not into it,
You're
it's
kind of looked at as like a
I'm
negative
fucking
Nancy.
nerd, you know?
yeah.
You're a
But
nerd,
like,
yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, though, like you're not that like. No, like you're
like I'm a cool nerd.
I mean, he does a podcast about
like
You're not that bad.
we toss around the word nerd like very endearingly because like that was something that like you legitimately 30 years ago did not want to be called. You did not want to be called a nerd. You would have got wedgies. No girl would ever talk to you or guy or whatever. No, you didn't want to be associated with that, lifestyle. And now in 2015, totally fucking different. Absolutely different. Ever since The Dark Knight came out, that was it. That,
Dude, you're honestly right.
yeah,
You're
I am
so
right. 2008, all right? It was 2008. In 2007, you weren't. G4 was still good, so you weren't even seeing like. It was still niche. They weren't trying to be Spike TV yet. 2008 rolls around, all of a sudden, every butt fucking son of a bitch has a Batman T-shirt.
Chaos.
Yeah, and they're all just like, oh, I love comics. And all these people who have been reading comics for the last 30 years are like, fuck you. Oh, I hate you guys.
Like Kevin Smith, he's all butthurt.
Right. I mean,
Lost
he's
a bunch of weight because of it.
Yeah, he's
Put that weight back on. Has
I was a
giant
huge
jorts.
I was a huge fan of that guy for so long, and now I recently rewatched Mallrats, and I almost cried. It sucks.
You can't do that. You gotta
Yeah.
just not watch stuff you liked when you were.
Yeah, dude, because I used to think
I like that movie still.
Dude, when's the last time you watched
Yeah, I
it?
was gonna say when you rewatch
Probably
it.
10th grade.
Yeah,
No, don't watch
exactly,
it again.
dude. You watched it before you were a real human, and you like had real interactions with other human beings. I used to think that his characters were like that there were people out there. Like I would aspire to be some like quick-witted, smart-talking asshole. Those people don't exist, and if they did exist, I wouldn't like them because they're fucking annoying jerks. Watch Mallrats again, and honestly tell me
I
that
will. I'll watch it.
the best part
Pretty
of
sure
that
I own that movie.
the best part of that movie is the end when
It's over?
Suzanne by Weezer plays and it's over.
over.
Exactly.
over.
It's over. It's like congratulations, you got through this fucking dog shit movie. And there's still some good moments, I'll give it that. But then Suzanne plays, which is Weezer's best song.
I should just say it's cool now that the culture has opened up. It's not necessarily. I mean, it does everything. It's not a niche thing anymore to be a nerd. It's more of a positive term these days, and that is a good thing. And of course, that alienates certain people who are just like,
That's not positive anymore.
what the fuck, like. People who are just like, I was a nerd when I was a kid, and I got bullied for it. And now you're cool because you're a nerd, and like I get that, but it's more
Get
people.
over it.
Yeah, more people involved, the better the industry grows, the culture grows.
Agreed.
That's it'll always
usually a good
It doesn't
thing.
matter. We shouldn't. I've been guilty my whole life of condescending to like lesser nerds. I'm just being an asshole. You think, oh, I like this thing more than you. And that's how I always was in high school, and I don't like that about myself. And it's a very pervasive thing now. And I try not to be like that anymore. I try not to be a snob about stuff. And
You are kind of an asshole.
I know, I'm a huge dick.
I
You're a
remember
high one.
it's similar to like what we were talking about with Dom, which you'll hear in the interview about how just how different the market it is now for retro games. I remember I was at a flea market when I was like 13, and when I was 13 I wanted to be into retro games because it just seemed like the cool thing to I was watching G4 and everything was always like talking about the legends of like all these games, and I wanted to be part of that. And I was at a flea market and someone had like a retro games stand, and I just kept trying to like engage the guy who was running the stand. And I was just asking him about everything, and he would just give me one-word answers. And I was just like, why is this guy like not like? Why shouldn't he be like happy that like someone's trying to talk to him about his stuff?
You're not a real fan.
Right? He was probably like this fucking asshole kid who learned about all this shit on the internet, doesn't know what any of it is, and just wants to be cool. I've been suffering in the trenches of nerddom for the last 25 years. I have a ponytail. So fuck you, little kid. And you know, I understand that guy now a little bit because, and this was even, you know, this is before the great Batman takeover 2008.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark.
Make
the
sure
Dark Knight.
you know.
Because Batman Begins, the movie was boring.
I've never seen
That movie was wicked good.
That movie was boring.
Yeah, I disagree with you.
I do want
I
to
don't
say though, if anyone needs to not be snobby like that, it's comic book people.
Comic book people. Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get into comic books compared to anything else.
I'm
'Cause
not
like,
into them
you
at
could-
all.
You could be like, no, I'm just saying, like, say you saw Captain America and you were like, fuck, I love Captain America. I'm gonna go read Captain America. You don't know where to start. You can't start anywhere.
Right.
The only way you can start the comic is to have been alive back when it first started.
Right.
And I feel like comic fans are always just like, well, you're not really a real fan. Like, you just like to see all the movies. Like, yeah, that's what made you want to get the comics. But
Yeah,
I,
I'm not 40 years
but
old.
I fucking can't now.
The best thing to do with these things is like when you see somebody trying to get into games, you know, that's what we're doing. You help them. Be like,
be
you know,
nice.
yeah,
Don't be a
maybe
dick.
you've only played these 3 things, or you only like these 3 things. Let me tell you more about that, or just welcome people. Like whatever you like, that's cool. If you're into stuff, that's cool. Whatever you like, that's
Just
great.
don't be a dick.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, if
'Cause
more
the
people like
gaming
video
space
games,
is already a negative place as it is.
more
so.
video games will happen.
Super
Yeah.
negative.
Be happy. Because if you're happy and you people like more video games, and it becomes more popular, then it becomes more mainstream, and then Chris
make
will be
more
happy
money.
because there won't be sports on TV, there'll be video games on TV.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Let's
I
make
mean,
Chris happy.
I don't think there'll never be sports, but they'll be both.
That was a joke, Joe. All right?
The comic books thing is so true though, because
is.
I really wanted to be into comic books for a long time because of like stuff like Kevin Smith and like it was referenced in other media, and I just, you know, I was dabbling in being a nerd myself. I was like, oh, I want
That's
to.
why most of my favorite comic series are newer ones, because that's
Yeah.
we would start from the beginning.
Well, I just like bought a few comics, and it was like you were saying, like I could only find like issue 2 and 7 of this one like. Oh, okay. Is this the Avengers? What is this? Like, I don't even fucking know. There's like 1,000 different storylines. I tried to get into Civil War.
You know,
That
but
didn't work.
But that's I downloaded that, torrented it illegally, which
Yeah.
is the only way I think you can possibly read Civil War,
Right.
Unless they sent out a thing, because it's just like it'd be like, all right, so Civil War takes place in Captain America 2, 3, and 4, and then Iron Man 5 and 6, and then Iron Man 17, and then Captain. And you're like, how was I supposed to
right.
know how to do this if I didn't get it all downloaded in like a
Right.
file?
And so, like, more credit to actual comic book fans because, like,
Yeah.
hey, if
Just,
you're
you know,
willing to
help
go
somebody
that,
out.
if you're willing to go that length to you know, just read those books, then good for you. I couldn't hack it, and I just wasn't really
No one helped you out either.
true. Well,
mean,
someone
like, you couldn't
someone
have-
did, like Jesse.
But I meant, like, if you had gone to the store and been like, oh,
Right,
I want to
exactly.
read about this, they would just be like, fuck off, get out of
My
here.
biggest problem though was I went to like Newberry Comics probably,
Yeah, that was not a
and
good
like,
idea.
but no, there's that place Webhead, and near
In
us.
Wakefield?
Yeah, but even there, like, they don't want to talk to you. They're just
No, I've been there a couple times. Like the guy who runs that place is actually pretty nice.
yeah. I don't know, but even the Dark Tower graphic novel series, I couldn't even really get through that because it just there's something about putting pictures where there were currently like where there were previously like imagination.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me. Like I was like, that's not what Cuthbert looks like. Huh?
I read some of the Fable series after playing Wolf Among Us, and I loved them. I've read them like really quickly, and those were the only real graphic novels I ever got into. And then I bought the Link to the Past graphic novel, and I was wicked excited about it when I bought it, and I still haven't read it. Like I just look
Yeah.
at it and I'm like, I'm really not interested in this right now. I
Right.
don't want to read it, and I feel like it's something I'm really never going to get back into, unless I start reading Fables again. Then I'll probably get hooked back in. But
Yeah, I
I
think
don't really plan on doing that anytime soon because I'm not like burning up to do it.
right. And there's nothing wrong with the medium. I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
I
if
actually
you-
think it's really cool. I
Me too.
appreciate the art. It's awesome. It's just
it's inaccessible.
it's
to
it
an
is.
extent.
It completely is, and it's just hard to stay with too. Like
But potentially on purpose because that's
that's what the
people
real fans want.
right, and those real fans are
Can't
the
blame
ones
them.
who have subscriptions. You know what I mean? The casual people
they
like
keep it alive.
the casual people like me and you who wanted to dabble in it, we weren't going to be like, okay, I'm going to dabble and let me subscribe to this.
Right.
I don't even know how to subscribe or what to subscribe to.
You have to like go to the comic book store and be like, hey, I want these ones every month. And
Right,
they'll
but you
give
can't
you
do
the
it through
issue
Marvel or you can't.
I don't think so.
It's
I mean,
not?
you can now because Marvel at least has like a bunch of it online. You pay like $10 a month, and you can get every single Marvel comic there is, and then you get the new ones every month. But it's all digital. You don't get them like physically.
Like the one that I would really like to read would be the Portal ones, right? Are
I think
those?
there's only a couple.
I know, but like they fill in some backstory on.
Yeah, I think it's what
on what's his name.
Those probably wouldn't be too hard to get into.
No, they wouldn't be.
No, but at the same time, I
think they
just
have
have
that
never. I've known that they existed for so long, and just have never sought them
Oh, yeah.
out just because they're comic books.
I think you can only get them in the like big collection of
Oh,
all
you
of
can-
the Valve comics. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
you
you
go
can-
and you buy it, and it's like every single Valve comic they ever made.
It's a click away on the Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
The point is that I've just never tried.
See, I would need the physical version of the comic book to want to read it.
Why?
Because I feel like the art would just, it's just something I want to have
That was
physically.
That was what like kind of turned me off, was that I had this flimsy like goofy like I don't know. Reading things in like
Well, graphic novels usually have a
hardcover. Yeah.
semi-hardcover.
Yeah. Like I
It's
read
not paper thin like that one is up there. The
like I read
like Superman issue.
I read some of the Sin Cities and
Love that movie.
and the V for Vendetta graphic novel, but I never got
Hate
through
that
any of
movie.
them. I never got through any of them because I just kind of got bored with reading panel
If
to
you're ever
panel.
looking for a series to get into graphic novel wise, try out Fables because they're actually really fun to read.
I'm not gonna.
Don't.
I've read Fables. I mean, I read a decent amount of graphic novels and manga. I don't touch superhero
Manga's a
stuff.
lot easier though.
Manga's way easier to get into. You just like volume 1. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you don't have to go into a store and have someone be like, "No, fuck off." I'm
And a
not
lot of them
teaching
just
you
have
how to
limited
do it.
runs. Like,
Yeah.
there's 12 issues. That's it. And it's over forever. And then there's certain stuff like, Bleach that's still going. One Piece,
Yeah.
whatever, that goes on forever.
One Piece is God.
But yeah, I mean, I read a substantial amount, but
It's like 500 and something chapters in One Piece.
700 and
Oh, it's
something
700 now?
episodes.
Yeah,
at
it's
least.
like, oh, I want to get into One Piece. No, I don't have enough time in my
Yeah,
life. To
I
get
don't have
into
enough years. But yeah, I don't touch. My gateway was like I wanted to start reading the Marvel comics before the movie craze came over because I knew people who were into it. Our friend Josh was super into all that stuff, and it's always seemed really cool. I would hear people talk about stuff and be like, "Wait, that happens in Captain America? Are you serious? Like that sounds fucking sick." And it just like Steve said, it's so inapproachable that I read Saga, I read Fables, some other random crap. I'm reading One Punch Man, which is manga, Tokyo Ghoul. These
It's
are
all
things
stuff you can start from the beginning.
all stuff I can start from the beginning and then just go. And it's not a huge cost commitment, because when you stretch something out over years, if you're getting the new issue of something
that adds
every
up.
2 months, it adds up. But you stretch it out and you're okay. But when you're like, okay, yeah, I want to read the first 5 issues of this or that or whatever, now I got to go
Buy them in bulk.
put a fucking down payment on my, whatever. I don't know.
I know what you're saying.
Anyway. That's why nerds should help other nerds out. We can't be elitists.
That's
We have
the-
to just,
that's the moral
reach
of
out
this
a helping
story.
hand and be like, hey, like, I don't want to get criticized in like outside life for liking video games, and then in
that-
video game
yeah.
culture get criticized because Final Fantasy
Bing-
VIII is my favorite Final Fantasy.
Bingo.
Like, it just fucking
You gotta be
everybody needs to be nice
lenient.
to
There
each other.
needs to be some.
Not that anybody does criticize me, but
except for
I
except
do,
for like
but
my
it's a
friends,
joke.
which is fine. My
Steve.
friends can criticize
It's a
me.
joke, we know.
Yeah.
I don't care that he likes it.
Yeah.
He can like the bad one all he wants.
And then we'll just talk crap about you when you leave. Me and Steve will.
Yeah. Joe secretly played all the Final Fantasies, and he just hates that.
Final Fantasy 2 is my favorite.
All right.
Joe likes the one where the whale's your dad.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm in space and I'm banging that other thing.
Yep. No, no, you got it.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Okay. Dylan, you have something to say?
No, not really.
Should we wrap?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
wild.
I'm fucking
It
tired.
was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good
I'm like-
episode.
I hate the point where it's just like Fallout 4 is coming out soon. I think
Yeah,
I've
we're-
lost my mind.
We're kind of just like talking shit
How
until
long
that
did we
game
run
comes out.
for?
Hour and 53 coming
All
up.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Good length.
Of just this is the in between episode.
Yep.
I'll put it in the
Hopefully-
description.
Hopefully next episode will be the interview one, and then after that it's going to be Fallout.
No,
for a
we
little
gotta do
bit.
Fallout, then we gotta do interview one.
Oh yeah, right. So
We'll
next
see.
we'll see how it happens. Just keep fucking listening, you pricks.
wow.
All right. Did we say the Twitter at podcast?
I did
Chomp?
earlier.
Y'all know.
Say it again. What is it?
At podcast chomp.
Yeah, at Podcast Chomp, and then chompchainpodcast.tumblr.com is where we post all the links to stuff. I keep saying I want to put more on there. I haven't yet
We
because there's
will.
been no initiative to. It has no followers, so there's no reason for me to post anything there. Facebook is Chomp Chain Podcast is on Facebook,
That's where we have the most the biggest following,
which is
on
weird, but
Facebook.
yeah,
Not really if you think about it,
yeah,
but
that's true.
either way,
Um,
if any of you guys
That's a
from
really great
Facebook-
place to just start talking.
Right,
Like a
articles,
small
whatnot.
forum. You post some people can comment on it. Hopefully that will happen.
Just we've been looking at our download numbers and they've been higher than we expected.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are listening, thank you very much. Follow us on Twitter because we want more people to know that other people are listening
Mm-hmm.
because we want this experience to expand.
And we also want to talk to you.
Yeah, we want you to
We
get
want-
involved and we want to ask questions and we want you to ask questions. So
Yeah. We all want friends. That's
Friends
all
are
we
good.
Want. So all right, listen to the Dark Inside podcast. Listen to Twin Humanities. Listen to Canon Rants. Listen to watch the Gangly Beard.
Check out Bard.
Gangly
Bard,
Bard,
on
fuck.
YouTube.
Gangly Beard.
You'll see that video and you'll be hooked and you'll be waiting for more.
Yep, listen to Jake Lionheart's album and check out his YouTube channel. El Cheapo Comics. Yep.
This could be you if you talk to us on Twitter.
Yeah.
This could be
We
you.
love our friends and we love support.
Josh Crow. I don't know what you do, but you're the man.
Josh Crow rules.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Everyone's cool. Everyone who we
All of
talk
our
to.
followers are cool. And we
I don't
appreciate
not
it.
like any of you.
Me neither. But I'm sure I will eventually. No,
I mean, maybe if
I'm
we
just-
met.
Except for
start-
you. You know who you are.
Yeah,
Dylan
you.
hates you.
fucking asshole.
You were mean to me about comics once.
Triggered.
I'm triggered.
Okay. I said it. All right. We'll see you next week.
Good night.